Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
BoxingVoice.com.
4 division world champion Mikey Garcia.
Young boy's like fucking 39, 40 years old.
Dollar Nazi Productions.
2 division world champion Jesse Vargas.
Honestly, well, who has he fought?
Guerrero v. Guerrero is a great fight.
Kansas hasn't been fighting anything.
In an all-action Mexican fight, I think he's going to light up the fans in Texas and also live on the zone. Brilliant fighters and a fight that can only go one way, which is one of pure excitement.
Hasn't been active. Anybody will tell you that.
You know, it's not gonna be an easy fight. I don't think it's an easy fight. I don't take easy fights. In fact, there was fights that I turned down because I felt they were too easy. I want to have a challenge. I want to have something that can really push me, that can really motivate me and excite me. And Jesse Vargas does that. I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna show everybody that there's much more that I'm accomplished, a lot more to deliver. I wanna keep growing that legacy. I wanna keep giving the fans fights to remember.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the boxing boys.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. Today is Sunday morning. We are a little later than normal as obviously, you know, we had a good Saturday night and it didn't have anything to do with boxing. But we're here to recap Friday night's boxing, Friday's all day long card, courtesy of Turkey Al-Sheikh. This is what we're here to discuss. We're also here to celebrate. In the day off, we made it to 193,000. Now we're on at 193,241. So we're about 3/4 away from the next goal of 194. So let's go ahead and clap it up. Listen, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. So this way, you know, the visibility of the show keeps increasing. So this way, people know that we rock out 7 days a week, bringing you that amazing boxing talk. Listen, we're going to be discussing everything that took place this weekend. We seen Anthony Joshua turn back the hands of Tom and look a rejuvenated Joshua, a dominant Joshua, and a Joshua that certainly restored order to that heavyweight division by getting rid of what he calls gimmick fights. It's going to be very hard to see Francis Ngannou come right back to this level. Will Turkey Al-Sheikh still offer him a wilder fight off of a knockout? Maybe. Who knows? But after what took place, it's kind of hard to believe that he will get offered something as big as he's been getting offered. But Parker survives 2 knockdowns and still outpoints my New Jersey brethren, the former WBO interim titleist, Big Bang Zhang. You know, we talked about AJ a lot on this channel in the beginning of his career. Once upon a time, people would call in here and say that AJ was a 4-round fighter. And maybe that was the case, but what we got to give AJ credit for is changing the perception of him amongst the boxing fans. Because while we thought he was a 4-round fighter, he obviously is not. He's obviously showed us that, you know, he can bang on the high level. And, you know, perception is changing. You know, I think AJ now has put together a good amount of fights, showing that he's back on the right foot and looking good while doing it. I really wasn't expecting what we got Saturday. I thought AJ would win a points decision, and I thought he might suffer a knockdown because of the left hook of Ngannou, and that being the same punch that landed on AJ versus Ruiz. So I kept that possibility open, and I bet a lot. I bet, a knockdown for AJ, no knockdown for Ngannou. Boy, was I wrong. AJ smoked that man's boots, got him out of there, and gave boxing one of the best knockouts when it comes to boxing versus MMA. You can remember James Toney and whoever the fuck he fought. It wasn't as glorious as this. You can remember Mayweather and McGregor. The finish wasn't like this. For real. Mayweather obviously got the stoppage over McGregor, but it wasn't this type of a performance where it could be heard around the world. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for the heavyweight division. It gives people the excitement, gets their juices flowing that maybe, just maybe, AJ could be competitive with Fury if Fury is the one to get the win. Obviously, it's going to be a tough sell to believe that AJ could get in there a third time with Usyk and change the outcome. But he has put himself into position. And another guy that put himself into position is the undercard fighter, obviously, Joe Parker. The issue with that fight, he won the big fight, the one that people counted him out back to back. That's what's really shocking. We thought this guy wouldn't do it not once, but twice. But he does have to do it twice this time around. And by that, I mean there is a rematch clause. There was an interim title on the line, so they have to give Big Bang Zhang a rematch. And, looks like Joe Parker will need to do that again if he wants to continue to get that shine in this division. But it certainly freed him up, right? And it's looking like people want to see him possibly with Anthony Joshua again after this, particular win. I don't know where he goes after he beats Zhang a second time, if he could beat Zhang a second time, simply because there's a lot of rematch clauses in boxing right now. So, I'm hoping maybe AJ gives us Hrgovic. The way he was talking in the post-fight, he made it clear that there's a lot of fighters out there not named Usyk and Fury that he could fight, and he's willing to fight. I mean, he went as far as telling us he's ready to come back June or July, which is great because he took zero punishment. He got him out of there so quick. It was either the first or the second round, probably the first round. And, AJ takes a little vacation, and then he's back, ready to rock and roll. You seen all the credit that he gave Ben Davison. And, credit to Ben because he continues to just make AJ look so much better, so much more composed, calm, and comfortable in his position. So credit to Ben Davison, man. Really, doing a fantastic job there, filling in and taking that lead role position of head trainer for Anthony Joshua, who looked spectacular. Now, granted, he didn't have to go deep, but that's exactly what we want from the heavyweight division, Marco. No one wants to do 12 rounds, And that's what Fury gave us with Ngannou, and AJ showed us that he don't play with those gimmick fights, man. He called it a gimmick fight when Fury fought him, and he showed us why it's a gimmick fight. He showed us that Ngannou is not on his level. Now, I don't know what that means, though. Does it mean that he is on Fury's level because that fight was so, not even on the cards, but more competitive than what we got to see with AJ and Ngannou, correct?
I'm so amped. I am still amped from that fight. It was a thing of beauty, a thing of majestic essence. I loved it. And yeah, you're right. I don't think it shows anything. I think Fury was simply just off, didn't train, and again, styles make fights. Fury said this, and I believe him. He said, styles make fights, and AJ, although he looked great against me, it's going to be a totally different ball game. And I think it will be.
Yeah, man, fantastic performance. He said he could return June or July. Obviously, Parker has a rematch with Zhang. Usyk doesn't fight Fury till May 18th, and they have a rematch. What would you like to see AJ do next, June, July, if he does return then?
I mean, I don't think anybody wants to see that Zhang rematch.
With Parker?
That was a snooze.
I mean,
Zhang
yeah,
didn't put,
yeah, but think about it. Zhang knocked out Joe Joyce, and we didn't even want to see that rematch, and we were forced to get it. Clauses are clauses, man. We're going to get that.
No, I get it. But, like, you know, Spence and Crawford didn't happen, and I'm glad it didn't happen. I think rematches are only really necessary if it's close or controversial. Now, I get that there's clauses, but Parker versus AJ would be a nice filler, although that already happened, right? AJ already beat Parker years ago, right?
Yes.
So what is next for AJ?
That's what I'm asking you. I like Hrgovic, but I was trying to see what you thought.
Hrgovic is a good idea. It's a nice, stay busy fight. It's an undefeated guy, although technically many people thought Zhang beat him. That'd be a good one. Yeah, because Fury and Usyk are most likely going to be tied up for 2 fights. You know what I mean? There's rematch clause there. So Hrgovic, maybe, does he give a shot to a young guy like a Jared Anderson?
Who, AJ?
Yeah, right?
I would say yes if they did business. He's more liable to give a shot to a young guy that works with Frank or Eddie, because Frank is doing business with Turkey Al-Sheikh. Eddie is his promoter. So I can see a Fabio Wardley, not really a Frazier Clark, but a Frazier Clark, like names that are relative and relevant to the UK and Frank Warren and Eddie. I don't see Jarrett. Now, it's a great name, and there was a rumor that Jarrett was wanted for those Saudi cards and offered fights for those Saudi cards. But with everything that's going on with Jarrett, I don't know that he could leave the country. Sources tell me he's holding camp in Toledo, Ohio, due to his legal issues, and he can't go to Houston to hold camp, so he's holding camp in Toledo while out on bond.
This is great though, man. It makes you really think that AJ could conceivably blast out Fury with that straight right, with that power.
I mean, we can't say that till it happens, only because we seen Wilder get more one-punch knockouts. For instance, this was not a one-punch knockout. Even though it looks that way, it was AJ dropping Ngannou, Ngannou getting up, AJ finishing Ngannou. Wilder is bang. Wilder is
accumulation of one punch knockdowns.
But that's the thing. Wilder hit Fury how many times? And yeah, Fury went down, but he got up. I don't know that AJ could keep him down. But don't get me wrong.
Good name though.
Don't get me wrong though. Did you see Ngannou's face after that first knock? It seemed like on the way down he was looking at AJ like, "What did you do to me?" You didn't notice that?
Look like, I've been in there a lot of times, right? And that's what you call the "oh shit" face. And I've had that. That's
that face when Triple G hit my man from New York.
From Brooklyn, yeah.
Curtis Stevens. That's that face.
That's the
face. Shit, that man got that pop.
I've seen a lot of fighters give me that face, man, too, and yeah, so he had that. But like this, you said Wilder, and I'm like, what about Wilder and AJ? Even though Wilder looked like crap.
I mean, you know what's funny, Marco? You're not the first. With AJ looking as great as he did, there are people in comment sections across the world still saying they want Wilder, even off the loss.
Because
even
it's
off
fireworks.
The fucking loss.
Because now we got 2 guys who can sleep you at any given moment and any given second. That's why they want it.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. Circling, non-engaging Wilder, then yeah, it's
that's great for Wilder. If he could come back to a Fury fight, a AJ fight, and be remotely competitive, way better. He's got to do way more and better than what he did in the Parker fight. It could be good for him. But it could also be the end of Wilder based off the Parker fight, right? So there is a trajectory. You looked good in Fury Wilder 1. Some people thought you won. The second fight, you got stopped. The towel was thrown in. You looked very, beaten.
I think the third fight was worse. Even though he had 2 good punches
No,
landed,
granted,
he got battered way worse.
I'm just going down the line. You know what I'm saying? Then the third fight, like you said, more punishment. Now, 1 round with Hellenius where you circled. You circled. We can't ignore that he circled. In the beginning, we said, oh, no, Wilder was going in his tool bag. He showed us he can counterpunch. But now we see that could be a new version of Wilder based off not wanting to engage, not wanting to be hit after being hit by Fury. So I don't know that we can send Wilder into an AJ fight assuming we can get the Wilder from the first Fury fight. That Wilder is so long ago. What year was that?
I told you, I spoke with Malik Scott, right? And Malik told me after the 4th round, he against Parker, he was like, "Yo, stop circling, go straight through this guy." And he told me, he's like, Wilder just wouldn't do it, because I think Malik was trying to kind of be like, this wasn't my fault, because everybody's asking why is he circling now and not doing anything, and Malik made it seem like that's just Wilder's choices now.
Exactly my point, that this version of Wilder, after suffering those hard fights, could just be a version of Wilder that isn't interested in engaging. He's not interested in stepping forward the way that he did in the past, specifically in the Dominic Brazil fight. That was a jab right hand where he stepped into that shit. It was like boom, bang, and it's over. We not seeing that no more. I did see that in the third Fury fight, so I'm not taking that away. But we need that throughout an entire fight. We still need that dog. But I do want to play Fury's post-fight reaction to what took place.
And yes, I would love to finally see him fight AJ. Of course, we have to see what happens on May 18th.
I think there's quite a long way to go. And for some reason, over the last 5 years, there's always been some that gets in the way of it. And this time, the is undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. So that's on the back burner for now. Great performance from AJ, fantastic. But unfortunately, I've got bigger fish to fry in Usyk on 18th of May, and then we have a rematch in October. So after that, if he's still available, and I'm still available, let's get it on.
Do you mind giving me your thoughts on Ben Davison? Because obviously,
I would have loved for him to, been a little more honest. He's like, unfortunately for AJ, I got undisputed May 18th. He's got to say, unfortunately for AJ, he looked good in the fight with a novice. These guys are not blunt enough, right? It's like, unfortunately for AJ, he looked good in the fight with a novice that I had already beat.
That's a fact.
You understand?
That would make him look stupid, though, if he goes, because that novice almost beat him.
Check this out. Unfortunately for AJ, he got past the novice that I already beat. But I have to handle the opposition that took his belts and restore order back to Great Britain. I need to bring those titles back to Great Britain for my country. These dudes just don't know how to talk shit. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Fury, Thurman, these guys are great shit talkers.
I'm telling you, I think Fury knows what to say and what not to say when it comes to a dude who a lot of people thought actually just beat him.
Yeah, I don't think that matters, because I'm fighting the real fighter that took all your belts. I'm fighting the real fighter that made Great Britain look like garbage. That's how you do it. Because right now, people are high on AJ. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, AJ could probably beat Fury. It's like, oh, don't get too high on your man. Don't forget, I got to go fight his fucking battles. Let's remind the public. And I just feel like Fury should have took advantage of that.
Well, did you see Fury's face? The second Joshua laid him out, did you see Fury's face when that fight was over? I
seen this. I mean, I seen a guy that, gave a facial expression of acceptance, and also I think he was impressed, and that's why him and his wife clapped. I didn't see fear. I didn't say fear. Right after the initial knock, when it was over, they clapped. But right after that, Fury stands up, the camera zooms in, and he looks mad pensive.
didn't look confident. I'm not saying he was scared, but it definitely didn't look confident.
I wouldn't even understand why Fury would not look confident while watching a knockout of a dude that isn't going to fight him, and he's fighting the guy that beat him twice. I can't see it.
I'm with you, and let me be clear. I think Fury stops Usyk. I think he goes to his breadbasket and he puts his foot on the gas, and I think he stops him, to be clear. But still, you got to think twice when you see somebody look so good against somebody who gave you such problems. It's just natural.
Yo, they said to remind you, the producers of the show said to remind Marcos that Fury picked AJ to do what he did. He literally picked round one.
Okay. So did I, by the way. But okay. Okay, so then maybe I read his face wrong. You got it.
Mm-hmm. So, moving on, obviously, we talked a little bit briefly of Parker and Joyce. Not a lot to say other than that it's a huge disappointment that Zhang, a man who's been criticized of his tank since the Jerry Forrest fight, that was the first fight where we witnessed the potential gassing, right? Like, does he have an issue? That was the first time it revealed itself. They allegedly, hired a strength and conditioning coach and were fixing that. Then we had the Hrgovic fight. And it's like, bro, you won that fight, but you didn't do enough. And they took it from you. So you still have the gassing problem. So we thought he corrected it because he got 2 wins. But the truth is, he didn't go past 6. He knocked this guy out in Joyce twice. So it's a big disappointment that this man did not fix the only flaw that we seen from the outside looking in, which was he gasses.
I know. You and me were getting real frustrated watching that fight because I was like, what are you doing? Or let me rephrase, what are you not doing? Jesus.
And I see you guys, but he put him down. He put Jerry Forrest down 3 times. The gas tank not being there, that's why he's not getting him out of there. You putting guys down 2 and 3 times in a fight, you ain't getting them out of this because you don't have the gas to finish them.
And I blame him because I don't care how big he is in terms of size. He put on a lot of weight. He had a lot of extra weight that he could have worked off that definitely would have helped with that gas tank.
Well, technically it was only 4 pounds, but...
No, but you look at him, you see that he could have lost 30 pounds easy.
Well, I don't know about losing 30 pounds when that's the functional weight you use to beat Joyce. I'm sure you want to stay there because you're confident, you're off your high. But those 4 extra pounds are telling a story. They are. There was obviously less cardio because my man gassed. It wasn't even like he gassed because he went for gusto. It's not like he's seen his man hurt and blew his load. He literally gassed from doing the basics.
I get you. I still don't think that's his weight, even though he might have beat Zhang at that weight. Joyce at that weight. I think he could drop at least 20 or 30. You just look at him and you see a tire around the, you know what I'm saying? Like
Marcos, everyone can drop 20 to 30 pounds. Literally.
Not AJ.
Fuck out of here,
bro.
No,
in fat. Not in muscle, in
what
fat.
did he? I'm gonna check because I'm pretty sure AJ,
but you hear what I'm saying?
When he went through his mind shit, he dropped to be more of a boxer. So so
you
Saturday
know
he was
saying?
250. Listen, Saturday he was 252. For the Usyk fight, he was 240.
You're not listening to me, bro. I'm talking about
for the
fat,
Ruiz fight. But I'm saying I get you. You're talking body fat. I'm saying anyone can drop 20 to 30 pounds.
But not everyone has a tire around them. That's what I'm saying.
For sure. But look at Fury. He comes into the ring with a tire. I'm just trying to get you to realize that tires are not indicative of not working out. Because Fury...
Of course. Look, you remember Tony Tubbs?
My brother. Fury runs miles like we know
No, I'm
him.
with you. You don't got to tell me I'm with you. I know there could be dudes who are overweight and have a good tank. I get it.
Exactly. So, Zhang looking that way doesn't tell the true story. But watching his performance and then seeing the 4 extra pounds, yeah, we starting to see that maybe he didn't do the cardio he needed to do. And again, I'm just very disappointed. It's like, bro, you a fuck up. It's the only thing you gotta, like, no one ever said, bro, he gotta get more accurate. No one ever said, man, he should let his hands go more. No one ever said he gotta develop a right hand. Like, motherfucker, we just said he gasses. That was in the Jerry Forrest fight, bro. You know how many years ago that was?
And he hits so hard, Zhang, man. And if he could just sharpen himself up, he'd have so many with his size and
Bro,
his
Jerry Forrest
southpaw.
was 2021.
Yeah, he could do so. That's why I was frustrating to everybody, because you see the talent oozing at him, even though he's a little, advanced age. He has so much talent, so many physical advantages. If he would just use them.
Literally 3 years, bro. Jerry Forrest was in February, so he's had 3 years to get it right. This is his fault. This is shame. Shame on him. Like, fucking hell. And you can't blame the trainer. The trainer can't make you run. You know what I'm saying? The trainer can't make you want to go an extra 20 punches per round. Like, I don't get why. Like, yo, these dudes be having the world at the palm. Like, Zhang was on a super upward trajectory. How do you fucking drop that ball? Like, shit is weird, bro. But it's like, this is the heavyweight division. You know, there's always a bunch of lazy fucks and like one, maybe two guys that take the shit serious and are, physically in better shape than the rest. It's pretty sad, man. It's pretty fucking sad.
Absolutely.
Shit makes zero sense, bro.
Man.
What you think of the guy they're calling Baby Triple G? Israel Masvidal took out Magdomed Karabanov. Before I even let you answer, let me just explain to some people, this kid's receiving mixed hatred, I guess because they used the Triple G tag. Karabanov was a very good fighter, all right? I've interviewed him maybe 3 times via Zoom from Russia. The first time I want to say it was for possibly the Diego Chavez fight. I was excited. I know Diego wasn't the same version of himself, but he still gave an amazing account by doing 12 rounds with Karabanov at a weight above. We only know Diego Chavez for losing. We only know him for being stopped by Thurman, losing to Tim, and a disqualification with Rios, or, losing to Rios and a disqualification with Tim, something like that. Like, he went 12 with Karabanov, good solid rounds. But then Karabanov again, he beat Liam Smith. We interviewed him before that fight. Right after that, he beats Patrick Teixeira. That's 2 former champs. 2 fights after that, he beats Michael Soro, who is one of the toughest fucking fighters that doesn't get any sort of publicity out here in and around that division. He beats him too. So Saturday, I honestly was pulling for Karabanov because of the history, and he just couldn't take it. He was very hesitant. The power of Israel Masvidal must be very real. And I'm excited because I haven't seen the Maidana right hand since Maidana, and he brought that back and sat that dude down. And eventually the fight was over because of that overhand right that it's like fucking, he's like throwing the shit to the top of your head. It's like, I mean, exactly like Maidana. It's not a loop. It's not a straight. This fucker's going up and down. Like, I love it.
I mean,
what's
I gotta
even
say,
better?
I think Maidana's was still unique. This guy did remind me of Triple G, kind of the way he looked. He has that Eastern European Russian thing, Uzbeki, whatever Stan country he's from with the Stan at the end of it.
Uzbek.
He's Uzbeki. He hit really hard. What I liked about him, and I've said this at the night of the fight, was he started mixing up his punches. He saw that the dude he was fighting was trying to Philly shell in his to defend the punches. So he widened the right hand, so it timed it perfectly. So the dude Philly shelled right into it. So that's why I think he was throwing that. Because if you look, he wasn't throwing that looping right hand the whole time. He just did it at the end when dude was against the ropes, and he timed him beautifully. So, and he punches hard, real hard. Because the other guy was no slouch either. That was an impressive victory.
No, absolutely impressive. I mean, look, both ways. Even the loss for Kurbanov is impressive because while I favor the resume of Kurbanov, Mazradov did things in his career that were very impressive. You have to understand, he doesn't have a bunch of fights. You know what I'm saying? And the people that he's fought, he probably, shouldn't have been fighting. Let's be honest. Only if you think your fighter is that good. Like his first fight was Vladimir Hernandez. Vladimir Hernandez is an upset king. He's most known now and recently for, upsetting Troy. Not Troy Isley. Troy Isley just beat him, but upsetting Chuck Simpson. That was his first professional bout. A tough veteran. So I was impressed with that. But then I dropped off the wagon immediately when he went 12 with Eric Walker. Like, what the fuck? But he stopped Michael Zotto, common opponent with Kurbanov. For whatever reason, they rematched. And they had a technical draw. Soro got another cut in the third. So his record moving up is like, the last guy was a guy from like Nigeria that we know from the UK, Raphael, something I don't want to. Actually, he's not. That's the dude from Houston, trains in Bobby Benton. He got a good win on overtime, so they threw him in there with Mazradov. But like, he's not like that. He's just a tough vet. He's like a poor man's Kyrone Davis, maybe. So Mazradov, like, it was iffy. That's why I leaned Kurbanov. He had a cleaner track record going up against named opposition. None of that shit mattered after that fucking right hand. But what I do like about this fight is that it seems to have struck the interest of manager Rick Milligan, who is the manager of Virgil Ortiz. And this guy actually wants Virgil to fight Mazradov.
Ooh,
so that's dope. It's like, instead of being afraid that he looks so dominant, they want that fight. He tagged Eddie. He put both Backreks in a stand, side-by-side pick. He tagged Eddie, he tagged Oscar, and he said, let's make this fight.
There's
it would be Virgil's first title shot. I mean, believe it or not, Virgil hasn't had a title shot ever. And this is now his third division,
Wow.
He gets
Virgil
zero
started
shit.
it.
He gets zero shit.
it.
I've been doing this so long that there's been guys that haven't won titles in certain divisions, and they were called fats. People like fat asses, undisciplined. The term in boxing most used is he ate himself out of that division. I haven't heard any of those terms for the Saint Virgil Ortiz Jr. I love the way people don't keep the same fucking energy. My man started at 140. When all the smoke was at 140, he like, nah, I'm moving up because Mikey's my stablemate, champion. Jose Ramirez is my stablemate, champion. And all the other contemporaries that was there, he like, nah, I'm moving up. Goes to 47. Don't fight none of the champs. We thought we was at least getting boots. Yum, 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 yum. Ate himself right out that 47 division. We don't even get the boots fight. Like, think about it. Like, this kid skipped the division that was on fire at 140. And we was like, cool. Mikey is still fighting. Y'all both use the same trainer and Robert. Cool. You get to 47, we talking about stories of you and Earl. We imagining big fights with you and Earl. That never happens. Cool. Earl had bigger fish to fry. It's not Virgil's fault. So we talking about big fights. We imagining big fights with you and Boots, the two young lions. Cool. That never happens. And we gonna move them up. This motherfucker, I don't know, man. I hate that about this sport. That the energy is never the same. That'd be another fighter. We'd be calling him Fatso, and he's not disciplined, and get him out the sport, and all this weird shit, man. Just saying. But very impressed with little Triple G. Look to see him back. And I guess the only other fight to talk about that really mattered is the Nick Ball fight with fucking Rave August, man. I can't believe how that fight was received. We obviously watched it live. I don't know if you noticed after the fight, after you obviously ended the show with us, on social media in the comment sections, they had pegged Vargas as a runner. Never once did we use the term running. It was strange.
I think the problem was the announcers, I think, were skewing everybody's perception of how they were kind of calling it.
I wasn't listening with the volume
Me
on.
neither was I.
So, but it's funny that we did all those hours and we never once perceived them to be running. What we saw, or what I saw, I don't want to put words in your mouth. What I saw was like a super dirty fighter that I'm not interested in watching fight again. Very mad that he's about to get another title shot. Very upset that Raymond Savage Ford is going to sacrifice to make the weight again, because his first words after winning the title was, I look like this because it's hard to make this weight. I'm moving up. Now they've convinced him to fight Nick Ball. He's calling out Nick Ball, saying, I'll give you a shot at my title. I hope he can make weight properly, because you need all your strength to deal with Nick Ball, because he is a fucking cheater. Now, can he correct that? Because it was styles make fights, and Ray Vargas was so tall, he wasn't forced to do shit. Frustration, lack of skill, make you cheat. It was far too many infractions, far too many elbows to the throat, hits behind the head, pulling down of the head,
throwing down,
body slams,
judo tosses. Yep.
It was just disgusting, man. It's very unfortunate, because I would love to be excited for the next Raymond Ford fight, and instead I'm gonna be very upset that they giving a dirty ass fighter another title shot.
With both of those fights, Ness, Raymond Ford barely won, so there should be a rematch there. And this fight was a draw. There should be a rematch there. They shouldn't be moving on, either of them.
Technically, you're speaking morally. Technically, it was a vacant title, so there is no rematch,
No, but there should be, because both fights were close. Why are both guys just able to move on?
Well,
right?
For Vargas, again, no rematch.
No rematch, but
when you're the mandatory, you're the mandatory. You don't get a rematch.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just saying, when you watch that fight, neither guy came out and won convincingly. Both fights were very questionable. And yeah, Nick Ball to me.
I mean, I don't know what you mean by like convincingly. Like, what the fuck more does Ford got to do? He stopped the dude. How is that like?
Okay, I mean, I guess just because Ford was losing up to that point, and
yeah, but no one is asking for Foster to rematch Rocky Hernandez, who was losing to.
You have a point. I guess it was but the other fight for sure, the Nick Ball fight for sure, should be a rematch.
I will shoot you some bail. I think that you're saying what you're saying because there are a few people that felt like maybe the ref could have gave an 8 count, but the rules are the rules. You turn your back, the fight's fucking over.
He turned his back. But the fact is, if he would have taken a knee, that fight's over, he wins.
Yeah, but that's you being strategic. That fighter has to be intelligent enough to do that. That fighter decided to, fight or flight? He chose flight.
And it was weird, because when you fight that long and you have that much experience, what would make you turn your back? Very strange. Maybe he was just out of it. Maybe he got hit and he's discombobulated. Maybe that's why he turned his back. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, I thought it was a right hand that caused his body to turn to that way. Then, obviously, there was some sort of stumble. Nobody's problem. A punch. As long as a punch occurs, feet could be tangled. It don't matter. We've seen that all the time.
Well, here's the thing, though, Ness. He turned his back, and that's not the problem. In boxing, the problem is if you're not defending. If he would have turned his back because the momentum threw him that way, and he does this, and he blocks himself, the referee won't stop the fight. But he turned his back and kept his hands down, which left him as open season, as prey, and that's why the fight was stopped. Why didn't he at least put his hands up? I don't get it, but it might have just been the shot. The shot might have just knocked him out of sorts.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking hell. Twitter just disconnected. Fucking hell. There's always something with this fucking spaces, bro. Garbage. All right, let me, we're going to have to take an intermission. I have to connect this. Well, wasn't many people there. This is a hardcore show. Listen, guys, I don't know what's going on with Twitter. It's not it's a hardcore show. Drew, you probably were the only one, and Chad, just migrate over to Discord for today because there's not callers on Discord or fucking Twitter, right? Like, this is a hardcore show, but I did see Drew was interested. Drew, you know how to get there. Come on over because I don't know. Twitter is on some bullshit. They disconnecting today. It's just not connecting. But what is the other fight I want to talk about? Chamberlain looked good. He's at 35. It wasn't like a knockout. It was a one of those stoppages where you overwhelm your opponent and the referee jumps in. I'll keep my eye on him. 14-0, you know, in that 35-pound division, 11 KOs. We'll see, you know, what they can do for him. And what, you know, when does he actually cross the pond, right? Right now he's fighting dudes that we're not very familiar with, I'll just say, rather than saying anything worse than that, right? But he looked dominant, and I would like to see him versus someone I know to continue to gauge him. You know, right now he's got a 73% knockout ratio. And again, yesterday wasn't a clean knockout. It was more of accumulation. But he still showed his power. And I like his fighting style. So totally interested in watching him again. Just hope that the next time I see him, he's in there with someone that I at least know. Now, Justice Hooney, whoa. Whoa. They're going to have to be careful with this kid. That Lerena fight was fuck, man. That's a little bit of they're gonna regress him. I bet you they pull him back in terms of opponent. Very strange. I didn't expect what I've seen. Shout out to Daniel Dubois, right? And Frank Warren. Frank Warren got Lerena for Daniel Dubois, and we didn't give Dubois the credit he deserves. I say we as an American boxing community, quite possibly you find UK gentlemen and females, you know, knew who Lerena was and cared enough to give him a shot. I'm looking at Dubois as this young, you know, guy that's steamrolling everybody. They're also rebuilding him after the Joe Joyce fight. I didn't think Lerena was anyone. Lerena showed me he's good. And he might have gas tank issues. He probably could have done a lot better if he had a better tank. But he is strong and aggressive when he wants to be, fearless when he wants to be. He fucking impressed me. I ain't gonna front. I was expecting this dude to really get blown over. Again, shout out to Dubois, who has crazy power. Like, because Hooney hit Lerena with everything. Now, I wish we would have got that Dubois wild at one point to see. Dubois has serious power because he took care of Lerena very easily compared to the trouble that Hooney had. Now, when I say trouble and that he didn't look as great as he didn't look bad. He was combination punching. He was out landing Lerena, but he was getting hurt though. Did you pay attention to this? He was getting hurt. Like, he was getting hit with big shots that I'm like, wow, wait. I thought this guy was supposed to be a little better. It's the heavyweight division. I get it. Because in every division they land, I guess maybe in the heavyweight it just looks different. I don't know. I'm interested to see if they do a Floyd Schofield and sidestep after Mercado, or are they going to keep going forward? Because there was definitely some cause for concern after watching that. He could be stopped by the right puncher. especially in this division. And, you know, he ain't punching like that. He's just not punching like that, Justice Hooney. He's just not. I don't know. It's obvious. He's only got 44% knockout ratio, but he's a pretty big kid, you know. He weighs 240 something. So shocked that he's not punching like that. But, you know, credit to him, because the going's only going to get tougher in the heavyweight division, bro. He had that type of issues with Lerena. You know, because look, Tabiti's a cruiserweight. You know, they're doing strategic fights here. The Goodall fight, I'm not going to take anything away. Goodall upset my boy and got some good wins on Top Rank. But he's still not like that world-class heavyweight. They are being strategic, but I bet you they sidestep after that Lerena fight. You didn't see that, so we can move on. Let me see what else is next that I need to talk about. Roman Fury, oh my God. You know, he gets talked about. Obviously, he's got the name, right? So he gets the attention because of who he is, and he needs a lot of work. He needs a lot of work. He had a game opponent in front of him, and, man, he was getting hit too. He needs a lot of work, but he's a southpaw. It was a decent little fun fight. I just know that Team Fury wasn't expecting that fight to be that tough, in my opinion. I mean, there's no way they thought it was going to be that tough. He was in a fight, like especially towards the later rounds. He was in a fight.
Yeah, for sure.
It was only a 4-rounder, I believe, but again, he's not even like that because by the 4th round, you know, you could see fatigue was there. You could see that the form was starting to deteriorate. Decent fight, though, man. You know, the pressure's going to be on him because he's a Fury, so I'm trying not to over-criticize a dude that only, what he's got?
What?
3
What's his
fights?
exact relation? Is he a cousin? What is he?
No, he's a brother.
Half brother, though, probably, right?
I guess.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't believe in that
Fury's,
half brother shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. But
True.
yeah. It's only his 3rd fight. And he fought an undefeated fighter. You know, so I want to watch him again, though. I want to see, you know, how does he improve, and how's he going to make that southpaw style look? You know, is he going to be more of a Huey Fury, or is he going to be more of a Tyson Fury, which, you know, more people, obviously that's what we would want. We would want another Tyson, you know. Guys on X, I don't know what's going on. It's not connecting, bees. Yeah, I should not be there. I feel like I should just stop it. I am. Yeah, I would have to like do a whole, you know, little intermission in order to get that to work again. And I feel like I should too. But like I said, this is a hardcore show. Nobody even got their hand raised, you know what I mean? Oh shit, we got 2 callers actually. Drew, what up? It's the same 2 from Twitter. They migrated. Hardcore shit, man. But that is the last fight that I had to talk about, Roman Fury. So we are taking calls. Drew, what's going on?
I'm audio.
Straight.
Okay. With the Justice Hooney, doesn't it look similar to when fucking, I'm not talking about the opponents, but a first legit step up, like with fucking Big Baby fighting Charles Martin, and he just looked like, damn, like if Charles would have let his hands go, he might have got him out of there too. Like Hooney could be knocked out.
I agree.
So I don't know what's up with these young heavyweights coming up, man. Like shit. Nick Ball, Vargas, man, I don't want to see none of them dudes fight again. Both of them, man. That shit was just atrocious on both ends. If this is my take on it. When a fighter's dirty and the ref is letting him get away with this shit, you got to do that dirty shit back, Vargas. You can't look for the ref to.
That's what I was saying.
You know, right, Marco? Like,
yep,
man, if the ref ain't doing nothing, it's protect yourselves at all times. You got to do some shit back, bro.
There was a huge strength difference, though, because Ball was throwing this dude across the ring with ease. I don't know if the other guy could have done it to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
he could have
yeah.
hit him with an elbow. He could have hit him in the nuts.
Were they on VADA? Because that was a WBC belt, but that shit was in Saudi, man. I wonder did they use VADA?
And shout out to AJ. I know Marcos, you were saying it like, man, shout out to the guys like Usyk, bro. AJ that actually take it serious and stay in shape 24/7 because there's no excuse for Zhang, man. Big Bang, bro. This was your shot. But nah. Credit to Joseph Parker. I picked Parker. I was, like I said, I was leaning Parker in the preview show. Like, I love that activity. I love that activity. Ness preaches this a lot. We can't throw fucking guys away after a loss. Like, motherfuckers was throwing Joseph Parker away after that Joe Joyce knockout. And what the fuck does he do in a year?
I just thought he wasn't
No,
going
I'm
to win.
not saying you, Mark.
He just looked good, Joseph Parker, you know, but I still didn't think, I thought Zhang could beat him. And if Zhang would have put out just 50% effort, he would have beat him.
Yeah, but then it's also, can we say Zhang don't do good with a little bit of lateral movement, guys? He has a gas tank issue. He had it in the Hrgovic fight too, and he came in less in the Hrgovic fight. So maybe Zhang just is an 8-round fighter, 9-round fighter. He gives fights away in those championship rounds. He's also 42. I'll give you that. I want to see AJ Hrgovic. I want to see him just stay active, stay busy. Don't wait. You're not gonna get Fury Usyk winner right away. So just keep knocking them down. Keep knocking these young cats down.
I mean, Hrgovic is pretty boring, if I remember correctly. I've only seen him fight a few times, right? He's not fun to watch.
He's not fun to watch. I thought Zhang won that fight against him actually too. But get that IBF Mando in there.
You know where he looked good? All of you guys, if you guys have ever seen the Hrgovic sparring Wilder footage, it's from like 10 years ago. That was actually fun. Hrgovic was putting it on him, but he hasn't looked good since then to me.
That could have been Wilder in there with that version of Zhang. Like, come on, he was off for the fight.
Yep.
You know,
I wish he would have took that fight. That's the fight I wanted.
He was all telling him to take it, and like he would have been back. We would have been getting AJ and Wilder in June.
That's the bell, Drew. Yeah, I would have loved that fight, man. Shit. Papa Chubby. Chad in Canada.
You got me?
Got you.
Yeah, this is my first time using the Discord. It's actually sounds pretty good. It's working pretty well. Yeah, Marco, salute, man, for calling that AJ.
What's up?
That was I listened to, I didn't watch with you guys, but I went after the fact, and yeah, you called that like perfect time, right? Like 30 seconds before AJ. That was pretty great. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, no doubt.
But to be fair, I also thought Fury would do the same thing to Ngannou, and that didn't work out for me. So
yeah. So look, just go with the genius look today. Just go with that. Don't forget about the Fury part. Yeah, no, man. I kind of saw the same thing happening with Parker and Zhang. Like the early part of that fight, Parker really was keeping his head on the line. He was not moving his head or his upper body much. I thought Zhang missed some opportunities in those early rounds to do more work than he did, but he did catch him damn good. And at the end of the day, he really let Parker back into the fight, and they took a few rounds off. I mean, it was definitely disappointing from Zhang. Like, I definitely was cheering for Zhang. I wanted to see him do well, but yeah, overall, the outcome was not what I was expecting. But Parker, he looked good, man. He did a lot of shit good in that fight. Good speed. He put in some good work. I thought he deserved the win. Hopefully Zhang gets it figured out for the rematch. Like, do you guys have any idea when they might do the rematch? Like, is there like a date set or anything?
I don't even want to see
Parker
that.
Zhang?
Yeah, Zhang Parker.
Nah, I don't know like date, but there is a rematch.
Yeah, too soon, eh? But like, guys, Ball and Vargas. So, I mean, the reffing, like those two guys seemed really intense with each other, you know, and there was definitely a few points I could see they weren't listening to the ref. The ref would be telling them to stop. They wouldn't stop. And then he'd have to walk over and split them. And then it just looked, it's a weird look. By the time the ref takes those few steps and breaks them, it's almost like, why is the ref breaking them up? You know, but it's because they weren't listening. They weren't fucking listening. But the ref definitely, I don't even know what to say. And Ball definitely had some fouls throughout the fight. Had Vargas in a headlock twice at least, which is just weird to me. That Vargas ended
Threw him
up
on
there.
the floor and then landed a
Yeah,
punch
threw
as
him.
he's falling, and it's a knockdown.
Yeah, and he was being pretty aggressive when he had Vargas on the ropes, right? Like with his elbows and stuff. But like, if you can put that aside, I mean, I really like the style they have Ball working in. I like what he's doing. And to me, the big problem with Ball is it took him too many rounds to find a way in, to figure out the timing right. But when you look at that 7th round, when he finally broke through, holy crap, man. I mean, the way he was able to time and pop Vargas, it was a problem. And Vargas did not look the same for the rest of the fight, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I pretty much had the fight 6-6, and with the knockdowns, I figured Ball had won. But
I mean, one
Vargas,
can argue that being tossed around might have worn him out. I've never been tossed around that many times in the ring, so I don't know, but I would assume that would take a little bit out of you.
but do you want to know what I'm saying? Like, I've been watching Vargas a while, and I know that the early rounds, he was winning the rounds and keeping Ball off them and doing some good work to make sure Ball couldn't time him. He was evading, like escaping, retreating on his back foot. He was doing a lot of stuff to make it hard on Nick Ball, but Nick Ball just kept coming and coming. And to me, Vargas never really got anything going. You know, he never really got anything happening against Ball. And to me, Vargas just through the whole fight, he just didn't look 100% to me. And I don't know if it's like the weight, you know, like he went up to fight Oshaki, he's back down. But to me, he just didn't look like 100% in that fight. And surely, after the 7th, you're right, Marco. Like, who knows what else was affecting him in there? There's so much going on, right? But overall, yeah, man, I was disappointed Vargas wasn't able to bring more to Ball. But it is what it is. I mean, so now we're going to see Ball versus Ford. Well, I like that. I want to see Ford's going to have his hands full, and I do feel like so will Ball, because Ball really relies on, he's got to time you, and he's got to catch you, and once he catches you once, watch out, you're in trouble, because man, he's like a seek and destroy fighter, man, and his speed and his accuracy is there, and he's learned to use his height as part of it. Like, if you watched him with
Chad, that's
Vargas,
the bell. Chad, that's the bell. Spider Rico. While we wait for Spider Rico to connect, don't forget to smash the thumbs up. It's a Sunday show
Marco, how
for
many
the
fights you got?
hardcores.
Marco, how many fights did you have, blood?
Amateur or pro?
Either pro.
I only had a couple pro fights, and I had about 15 amateurs. So I don't know if you count smokers or whatever. I was in it a long time, but I would take fights and I would take like a year off, come back. I was very inactive.
How many pro fights you had? Like 5, 6?
I want to say 3. And one was a smoker. So two official and 1 smoker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then like 15 amateur.
No, it's good. I was just checking. Getting in there as a pro is real.
Yeah, it is. And you know, like, the most experience you get too is like all the years I've been sparring with these former champions, these current, contenders and all that stuff. That's where I got most of my education, was in the gym.
No, that's real. That's the only place you can get it.
Yeah.
I got Jerv in the 973 member for 7 months on that champ level. AJ proved me wrong this time. If he only did this against Andy and Usyk, he'd be the king of the heavyweights. Do you think it was really some mental going on with him in these fights? I mean, it could have just been that he needed the trainer that he got now, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Ben Davison brings it out of him. Maybe they just mesh well. Maybe he needed those losses to mature too, and correct whatever was wrong. I got Optimus Prime, $5. And
let me piggyback off that real quick. I used to be hard on Anthony Joshua because we see the skill and the technique that was better than Wilder. He's always had better technique and skills than Wilder. He hasn't. They both don't really have great defense. But if you need time to get your shit together, just say that. That makes you a better fight. Hey, blood, I ain't ready, dude. It was on a crazy knockout streak, bro. Why would I go in there now? Remember you said how people be cherry picking? Everybody does it. That's something that could end that. Listen, bro, I just got out the Olympics. I'm not experienced yet. He's also an Olympian. Wilder is a bronze medalist. So it's like, it's not that he's all the way trash. It's just that when you're inactive like this, that can hinder your performance. And something that you just said, I want to give you a garlic butter gang gratuity gift today, because trainers do help fighters. Prime example, has Jorge Linares, since he left Ishmael Salas, has he ever looked the same? He hasn't. Because him and Ishmael Salas work the best together. And when Jorge Linares is on his 14 win streak, he was with Ishmael Salas. When he left him, that's when he started getting his pack busted by everybody. So, no, the trainer definitely can help you, spending time with you. Ben Davis is known to spend time and mentally. Remember, Tyson Fury said Ben Davis never taught me anything that had to do with boxing. That's cap. It's not cap, because Tyson Fury was born to fight. He got everything. So it's like he was at a dark time. So Ben Davis is the man for that. Appreciate you, Ben.
Nah, man, Ben is one of the most impressive trainers in boxing today, man. I don't know how old he is now, but I believe he started at 24 or 25 with Fury. And
mental health.
That was
mental
crazy.
Health.
That was
mental,
crazy because
mental health.
When he came into it and he took on the role of Fury's head trainer, I immediately didn't believe it was real. Fury's always been gimmicky. Once upon a time he announced Isaac Lowe to be his trainer. He said he didn't need Sugar Hill, So sometimes you tend not to believe everything that you see with Fury, but when they got in there together as a unit and they show what they can do, I started paying attention to Ben, and then from there, obviously he worked with Devin and Josh Taylor and so many others, and now he's made a name. He's literally one of the youngest trainers on a high level that I've ever seen. I don't know anybody active that is maybe 28, maybe 29 at this point, this successful. So shout out to him. And he's successful. Like, Devin uses him even from abroad. Like,
well, I'll say my former
do film
trainer,
study and all that for him.
My former trainer, Kevin Rooney, was successful in his late 20s with Tyson, but that's a rare.
Wait, Kevin
yeah,
Rooney
man,
Sr.?
I lived in Catskill for a couple years when I turned amateur. Yeah.
Kevin Rooney Sr.?
That's deep.
Thanks.
Kevin Rooney Sr.?
Yeah. You didn't know that, Ness?
No, I didn't know that. I have a relationship.
Crazy.
I have a relationship with his son. Like, I used to fucking.
That's my man. I knew him when I was up there. Me and Hassim Rahman. A lot of people don't know. Hassim started at Kevin's. We were stablemates. We all lived in Kevin's house. He did it like Customado used to do it. So me, Jeremy Williams, Hassim, Vinny Paz was up there. I used to chill with Floyd Patterson. It was dope. I was only 15, 16, but that was like a boxing.
Bro,
I
have a decent relationship with the son, but sometimes I feel like.
Yeah. Ask him about me.
Sometimes I feel like we should have a better relationship because Kevin only had 4 fights?
Yeah, his son, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a few fights. He lost one, and then he kind of hung it up.
Like I said, my motto was big, little, small, and even more. I treated Kevin like a star for them 4 fights. I followed his whole career, obviously, because it was short and, it was during my period. But he was with Lou. He was with Lou. He fought for Lou. He got the fight on ESPN. You can't take, look, you and Troy fought. Cool. Nobody could take that away, but giant fight on ESPN. That motherfucker.
Hey, bro. I fought in front of Andre Ward himself.
My dog, that's not ESPN. Come on,
I
Jen.
need to be on ESPN.
Come on,
That was good.
here he go. You always got to be a fucking hater, bro. Like, the truth is just the truth.
You brought me into this.
Because the truth is the truth, bro. Like, you did what you did, and that's amazing. But for
That's
someone,
crazy, but
here we go. Here we go. You can't even have a fucking conversation with this guy.
Hey, bro. Marco, did I bring up anything I had to do with boxing today since I've been on here?
Let me know when you're done, man. Let me know when you're done,
anything
man.
negative.
Exactly. He just mad. He's sensitive. He's sensitive.
On ESPN. I said I didn't have to. I fought in front of Andre Ward.
He's sensitive, man. We get it. You sensitive.
We
gonna stop bringing up your records so that you don't get so sensitive.
Well, yeah, please do.
Because
I'm not bringing it up no more.
We gonna stop because it makes you so sensitive. So anyway, Marco, you have fought and that's dope. But to get a chance to fight live on ESPN is a different story. You know what I'm saying?
I fought. You remember a channel called Metro TV? It was in New York. I fought on Metro. You remember that?
Now, only New York channel I know that was on my cable package in New Jersey was SNY Network. A lot of the Bella
I was
fights.
about to say New Jersey dudes probably didn't get it. It was called Metro TV, and it showed a lot of like local sports.
And again, that's great. But like you said, local. New Jersey dudes couldn't get it. Like, fighting on ESPN is like, holy shit. Like, that kid got the fight on ESPN Friday Night Fights. Like, here come garlic butter trying to diminish. I fought in Ward. What the fuck? Optimus Prime.
Kevin could punch. Kevin would hit hard. Kevin Jr.
I got Optimus Prime, $5. Ant from Georgia, you still owe me money from our AJ versus Francis bet. Wow, he made a bet with you? See, this is what I tell y'all. Hopefully Ant pays that bet. Lil Zoo did $5. When Ngannou got dropped, Marco said he thinks he's in Cameroon. Skull emoji, boxing over UFC.
I said that? Yeah, I think I did say that.
You did say that, I remember. Mr. Calderon, $5. I'm mad at Ball. At least one of them knockdowns should have been ruled a slip. Glad Vargas got a Saudi payday, though. And got out of there with a draw. My man got body slammed. Then he got fucking, WWE wrestling thrown and fucking punched. And they called that a knockdown. Bro, that ref...
Who was the ref? That's what I was about to ask. Who was the ref?
I don't know, but Mauricio Suleiman needs to be embarrassed that ref had a WBC shirt on. He should be embarrassed that dude had a WBC shirt on. That dude is not capable and lacks education. I don't care what Mauricio says if he comes and does another interview and I bring it up. He lacks education. He never took control of that fight. He's a fucking... I just pray that Vargas is okay because a lot of y'all still laughing, thinking it's nothing. He hit Vargas with so many behind the head shots is ridiculous. And I lived through the Pritchard. I called Pritchard names live. Like, man, what the fuck? Stop bitching. Fucking fight. Stop worrying about the ref. And then the motherfucker ain't fucking.
No joke.
Exactly. Then the motherfucker ain't even himself no more. You understand? So we don't know. You can't call it what the fuck Nick Ball did roughing up. It's not roughing up. That was all illegal.
That's what I be talking about. And that's the difference between dirty and like crafty stuff. If you hit him below the belt and behind the head, that's dirty, bro.
And it's also about the how much it's done, right? Like every now and then, but this dude was repeatedly doing it.
No, listen, you should never hit
got a warning.
Never got the head.
I mean, never got not even 1 point deducted. That referee should be suspended. He should be suspended. They need to start treating like your driver's license. If you're driving reckless, what happens? You get a ticket.
You get a claim on your insurance.
You get a ticket. You got to go to court. There's points. They make you take a course to reduce points. These referees need to go through courses. When they look this bad, he needs to be pulled.
That is a fact.
He has to be suspended for 6 months. In that 6 months, motherfucker, you need a refresher course. And we got to stop this online shit. We need the WBC to invest in a facility where there could be referees showing motherfuckers what to do, showing them how to break up a fighter, showing them what a fighter should be doing on the inside and not doing on the inside. There's too much lack of education amongst these old ass refs for starters. We don't even need them. The only refs we should be hiring are former fighters. You and Troy should be a ref until you're not capable anymore. When you start looking like my goddamn grandfather, get the motherfucking fuck out the ring. Because how you supposed to separate? How you supposed to separate Francis Ngannou from AJ if you're fucking 68?
90. Agreed. We should also be judges too.
That's what I was saying, bro. Y'all cooking. I always thought when I started boxing or doing anything, my thought in my mind was, why is people that never boxed reffing? How do they actually know what defense is?
Judging too.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the main component, because when I'm training fighters and taking them to Mexico, I'm telling them, listen, your job is to either knock this guy out or impress the judges. Because you can whoop somebody and still lose because the judges felt like you didn't have the ring generalship, the defense, accurate punching and shit.
Troy, can you switch to your other mic? You know that mic that ain't the good mic, man. Use the other mic that we like. You using that whack ass mic that ain't the mic.
Bro, these are Sennheisers. I don't know what's wrong with it, though.
Well, maybe it's because
if it's whack, it's whack.
No. Where's the mic at then? Maybe it's your hair covering
It's
the
my
shit.
hair. It's probably my hair, my nigga. You bald. You hating.
I mean, look, congratulations. Your shit is growing. Listen, I see Rob. You know, he's one of my producers. He helps us tremendously. So I will address him, but we have to realize that Rob is from the UK, so he's biased, saying that we soft and he was only roughing them up. That's not roughing up. And again, I don't want to win an argument. I don't want to win an argument by reading a headline that Vargas is in induced coma. You know what I'm saying? So to each his own. If you don't think that was dirty fighting from round 1 through 12, you know, only thing I'm going to say is God bless you, and maybe I hope you get glasses. That's where I'll leave it. Kerry G, $2. Marco, what's your channel? And while you at it, Troy, give yours as well. Where can you guys be found?
All right. I'm going to put it in the chat, but it's just Marco 3_ boxing.
Yo, I've been tagging you too. Have you noticed? I tagged you on 2 Twitter posts that we did that you were involved in.
Twitter and IG, right? You don't tag me on the IGs, though, do you?
Well, Supermax is the poster on that. He should be. He said he was, and we
do the IGs, please, because my IGs is way more popular.
You mean collab though, not tag. You want to like, if you're in it, share it on the same on pages.
I don't give a shit. Do whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's him though. Like I told him, and we certainly found your Instagram, so I'm shocked he's not doing it. But
I'd like
I tagged you on the
tag.
2 on the Twitter that you did with us.
I appreciate you. And mine is Marco 3_ boxing, YouTube and Instagram, both. Twitter as well, but YouTube and Instagram pops off way more. My Twitter doesn't really, for some reason.
Salute. We got Mike Larry, $5. Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall. Who do you have winning, Ness? It's easy to say Catterall's going to win because Josh Taylor seems to be on the decline. You know, I mean, obviously, you have the fight with Jack where people thought he lost. Then you have the fight with Tio where he actually lost. You have a stretch of inactivity. Catterall just seems to be the safer pick. He's active and actually winning, you know, making Devin look good, I must say, by not being able to knock out the even older Linares. Moving forward. And, you know, that happened. We got Leonard in the UK. He says, 2-pounder. Turkey Alashik requested Chamberlain be on the event. Yeah, I mean, don't be impressed by that. He requested him because, like, that's a Frank Warren fighter or Eddie Hearn fighter. Like, believe me, if that dude was working with more people, we'd be getting way better fights than that and way better 135-pound prospects than that. No disrespect to Chamberlain. Like I said, He looked good. I'm going to be watching him and hope that they put him in there with someone we care about, not just a domestic fight for you guys from the UK. Troy, what is your channel?
My channel is Troy Killertainment King, or you can reach me at Quaterno de Chivo on IG, also Killertainment.
Bet. We got Modern King Boxing, TBV, for life. What? Cameradian? I don't know. Maybe he said, maybe he spelled it wrong. Maybe he meant Cameroonian? I don't know. Let's see what we got. We got Spider Rico.
Puerto Rico. Oh.
I always do that too, yo. That name reminds me of that fucking old ass song. Puerto Rico. Spider Rico. You there?
Yeah, I'm here, God. What's up?
Chilling. Peace, God.
Anglo Marco, what's up with you?
What is poppin', Spider Rico? Oh.
Hey, yeah, I'm good, bro. When you used to box, you was a heavyweight?
Nah, man. I was a middleweight. I fought amateur at middle, and I fought pro at super middle. I'm about 5'11", so.
Okay, bet. I'm a middleweight too. I'm 160. The lowest I ever fought was 152.
Okay.
But that's
He's southpaw
yeah.
though. Marco,
I don't know why, but
Marco's orthodox.
Yeah, I'm orthodox,
the way,
and I'm also
the
47. My
way,
fighting days are in the can.
no, you good, bro. I appreciate your opinions and stuff. I thought you was a heavyweight the way you talk and stuff.
I appreciate it, Steve. The
The way he
energy, the
taught,
energy.
the way he taught, you funny.
You see that, Ness? You see that? I'm the guy who acts like I'm 6'5", not you.
Yeah, bro. Yo, you don't wanna. I don't wanna bully anybody, bro. You take the big guy role.
I don't like the Quran said we're not supposed to say, "I told you" when your brother was slain or something like that because it could have been you. And so when we do the call-in shows after I read that in the Quran, and I don't want to be like that. I told you that this would happen. But that guy in Ngannou, he's really smart. He's really intelligent. But you have to also have body intelligence where the slimmer you are, the quicker your mind can move your body. See, he's really smart, but because of his body is so massive, and even like his legs and things, he could tell his body to move quick, but it's just not going to work that way because of physics. And that's what I tried to say. AJ can think faster than that guy's body can move. And when you have a fighter like AJ, he's really reading everything the person's doing. But when he fought Ruiz, the guy was a different stature. And so he's looking down, and also Ruiz is throwing these punches like combinations where you can't even read all those punches at one time. And
Right,
that's what
Spider Rico,
happened
and
to
he did the
AJ.
most rudimentary thing to knock out Ngannou. He shot down at the body and put his head and leaned down at the body and came over the top and nailed him up top. It was a classic
Yeah. But
distraction.
he set that up with jabs to the body. He was jabbing him to the body
A little
before
bit,
that.
right? I'm talking about the final combo.
No,
Yeah, it
for
was a
sure,
classic
but it was all.
distraction.
It still was all set up by sticking him to that body first, because when you feint, now you got to bite the feint.
He pump faked him and then hit, and the other knockdown was a classic. Just threw it on top of over Francis's jab. Hit him with a straight right over the jab. Classic,
All right, y'all.
simple.
I'm going.
All right, champ, you
Yeah,
the
simple
man.
stuff. Which is how it
At
should
that
be.
level, simple is what get the knockouts. Remember, Canelo, one of the greatest super middleweight of all time, he did that against James Kirkland to put him to bed. Same move.
Yeah.
Same to the jab to the body. Remember, Tommy Hearns did the same thing against Roberto Duran. Feint downstairs, straight right hand down.
Yeah, see now,
The double
yeah, I'm
jab
trying.
to the stomach, and then
Remember, Floyd's main objective in every fight, from first to end, was the jab to the body first, and he used that single weapon to destroy Diego Corrales. It was the jab to the body, and once you faint downstairs, he was using a check hook
he
upstairs.
was also
We
leaping
got a
in with
caller on the line, guys, but I do want to say, Troy, as much as I get at you, I do get DMs. I got a DM, like two of them, honestly, not more than two of them, and they like, yo, keep Troy. He one of the best hosts. He's a historian. He ain't always right, but he's a historian. I'm like,
No, it's good, blood. Hey, listen, we don't even need to discuss the soft shit, bro.
nah,
Neff, we
I
talked
mean
about this.
that's compliments,
No,
baby. I
it's
gotta I
good,
gotta
blood.
tell you when they telling you doing your thing. I can't only say
Hey, no,
when they
blood. I
saying you
know
ain't
I'm
doing
doing
your
my
thing.
thing
Man,
because you
oh
let
my
me
God,
come back.
this guy is
damn.
crazy.
There's no Marco emails.
Not
Fucked up.
yet, Marco. I mean, only
Fucked up.
negative ones. I don't be telling you the negative ones, man. So till your time gonna come though. Like, look, you called it. Like somebody already clipped me saying AJ was gonna get knocked down but win a decision, and then boom, what happens, right? So someone's gonna clip you, literally saying what's gonna happen 1 minute before it happens. So your shine is coming, baby. LV Slugger, what up?
TBV, fellas,
Oh, you straight, man. What up with you?
what up, man? Yeah, man, nice little card, nice little weekend of boxing, man. Heavyweight boxing. I'm just gonna hit on the two heavyweight fights that I was looking out for, man. Shout out to Parker, man. Parker definitely doing his thing. Getting himself closer and closer back to a title shot, man. It's definitely coming back from those two knockdowns against Zhang, but was still able to, box well, you know what I mean, and pull the victory out. So shout out to him, and Zhang as well. Zhang can definitely bounce back. I don't feel like he took too much damage, so let's see if he can bounce back. But yeah, shout out Parker. But AJ, man, AJ did what he was supposed to do. Shout out to him, definitely saving boxing, being one of the more active heavyweights in the sport. So he's definitely doing his part, man, for sure. You know what I mean? He got him out in 2 rounds, something I feel like Fury should have did similar, not probably in 2 rounds, but just, was able to definitely get him out of there. But AJ did his thing, man. Definitely saving the sport, I feel like, you know what I mean? We could have definitely had a lot of more crossover fights if Ngannou was able to, pull something out, knock him out or something like that. You know what I mean? So, I always thought AJ was gonna do his thing though. In 2 rounds though, that was definitely explosive. A guy who I feel like had no business being on this level to start with. Not having no boxing record. So, yeah, man. You know what I mean? Shout out AJ. Let's see if he can get back, to a title shot as well. You know what I mean? He's gonna try to look at that Usyk Fury winner. But I don't expect him to sit around and wait on that because they got the rematch clause and all that. So just excited to see who exactly who he's gonna get back in the ring with. You know what I mean? Staying active. Like I said, he is more one of the more active heavyweights. So yeah, shout out to him, man. Definitely did his part saving the sport and inching his way back to a title shot, man. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right,
I
all
agree.
right.
He was like the knight in shining armor for boxing, in my opinion. That night, man. Boxing needed that. Get this MMA out of here.
Nah, man. Listen, it's easier said than done, though. Because you can sit on the outside and say what needs to be done and how it could be done. Is getting in there is a totally different story, man. Being able to do that with someone coming at you trying to take your head off, it takes a lot of skill, bro. We got Mad Bent $105. Daily dose of Tanquil. AJ didn't play with Francis. He put him in his place, not boxing. Fury looked like he in shape. Tank 2024. That's one thing I noticed. And Keem came over here this weekend, and we were talking, and he was like, he felt that Fury was in too good a shape, so he feels like the cut wasn't real. Like, it was a stunt because Fury felt he wasn't ready. Now, obviously, this is all hypothetical, okay? Don't clip my voice without saying that I said this is a hypothetical conversation where one person believes Fury looks as good as he looks Friday because of the cut, prolonging the fight, giving Fury more time to train, because he did look good. We couldn't see that stomach, but he seemed to be very lean from chest up, face.
Very much.
You know,
Yep.
he looked in great shape. Again, we couldn't see the stomach, but it really doesn't matter, do it. He always got a stomach. Like, he always has a stomach. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm wondering, though, what version of Fury do you... I always thought the version that fought Wilder is the version that we need for the Usyk fight. And by that version, I mean 2 and 3, not 1.
Yes.
Not 1. I
Gotta
don't
rough him
want.
up.
I don't want him to do what he did. Excuse me. I don't want Fury to make the mistake that AJ made and try to box the boxer.
Yep.
You can't outbox the boxer. Now, don't get me wrong. Maybe you can if you're Tyson Fury, who to me can show us shades of Muhammad Ali with his feet. He can get on the jab. He can get He can get sideways and make himself smaller. He has a decent 1-2. He's great with the feints.
Range.
Maybe he can outbox the smaller Usyk, but Usyk is so good with angles and his feet and his gas tank.
Yeah, but yo,
and his
the
output.
Size difference, the size difference is so massive. I think it's gonna be very hard for Usyk to be able to get in range and land anything. If Fury plays it that way, or Fury could do what you said, he could lean on him, wear him out. I think he's going to go to that breadbasket. He's going to beat that breadbasket down. And I think we're going to see a stoppage.
I don't know. I think you're giving Fury too much credit. If you can't stop Ngannou, you know, like, yo, Fury, I love him. But he is very popular because of the Wilder fights. And we know Wilder is limited. We have to remember that Fury goes decisions. You know, he really does. In his greatest fight,
Sugar Hill stepped in.
I mean, who's he fought? Because, you know,
Wilder,
that Dillian White, yeah, but that Dillian White, look, come on, let's be fair. That was a fucking shove, okay? He uppercutted him. But the shove allowed for him to land on the canvas and the head hit the canvas, my brother.
If you weren't already discombobulated, your head doesn't hit the canvas, your neck holds your head up.
All right.
That punch
All right. So we just going to ignore that my man fucking Oyugan pushed him. That shit was, he uppercutted him and it was like, Oyugan, and pushed the fuck out of him.
Like I said, the punches
Man, he shoved him, my dude. But hey, look, it's all good. It's all good. He got his knockout. I, as a boxing fan, a betting boxing fan, I don't look at that as a knockout the way you do. I look at it exactly as what it is. There's an asterisk there, and the motherfucker uppercutted him. Dillian could have been out, but he shoved him.
Tell him, Troy.
He shoved him.
Tell him.
So as a betting man, I consider that. I consider that as a betting man, is all I'm saying.
These things don't even take place without punches being delivered.
Booyaka.
You can't even flop and hit you can't do anything without getting hit with a sharp shot. The uppercut is the most dangerous punch in boxing because the range you have to be in to land it, and you got to be confident to get it off.
And by the way, Ness, Lennox Lewis did that same shit to Tyson, hit him with a straight right and pushed his ass down. But Tyson was still out from the punch.
My dude, all I'm telling you is as a betting man, to me, that wasn't Fury showing me he got one punch knockout power. Like, if you want to fall for that and say that he could hit Usyk with the same,
I'm not saying that.
If you want to fall for that and say he could, if he possibly lands the same uppercut on Usyk, it could have the same effect. Well, amen to you. I'm not believing that because I witnessed a very forceful shove after the uppercut, which didn't allow one man to properly land from a normal punch. He was shoved down. His body hit the canvas, forcing his head to bounce off the canvas. further concussing him. That's
Well,
all.
I
If you
think
can't even fathom that, well then
no, Ness,
don't
I
bet.
think there's
That's all.
I
Just
think
pick.
there's something in the middle here. What we're saying is his head wouldn't have hit the canvas like that if he didn't get hit with the punch. But what you're saying is right. If he didn't get pushed, he probably wouldn't have fell down with such force. So the push definitely helped, for sure.
And again, I'm not trying to discredit Fury. I'm just saying, when I'm thinking of is he gonna knock out Usyk, you know,
I don't think he's gonna knock out Usyk like that unless he go to his guts. But
now we
thing.
think everybody. First of all, look, we just established, and I'm not discrediting you. We building on your conversation because you said to the body, and I'm assuming, not you, but the world believes Usyk can get hit to the body because of what Dubois did. But just remember, I don't know when you jumped on, we established early in this show that Lerena, who Dubois whitewashed, obviously is a good fighter. He showed us that with Justice Hooney. So, you know, it's more Dubois' power we got to consider. When we seen what we seen with Usyk, remember that Dubois is a very good puncher. We know that.
No, he is. Last time you said that, though, I literally told you, I told you that Floyd mentioned that Eastern Europeans don't take it good to the body. And I literally watched a video of Usyk in the amateurs going down.
Beterbiev, right?
Yeah, bro. That's what I keep saying. Like, I'm not just saying that some fighters in certain regions of the world, they can't take certain things and some can. Like
and Dubois almost made
take headshots.
Dubois almost made Usyk shit his pants from a body shot.
Yeah, so it's like he and this is the thing. I'm not saying that Tyson Fury, if Tyson Fury try to do that, that could cause him to get knocked down because Tyson Fury has been knocked down by fighters from lower weight classes like Stephen Cunningham. So it's like Tyson should box off the back foot until Usyk gets tired from trying to get inside because Usyk needs someone to come towards him. He's not really a come forward fighter.
I think
you know what I mean?
I think Fury needs to
Bruh,
get him against the ropes and wall his ass.
If we get a fight where Fury's on the back foot, it's gonna be a boring fight because it's two boxers.
He could Tommy Hearns him. I'm only saying it because that school where he's at is what taught Tommy Hearns how to knock people out.
Have we seen Usyk get hit?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Heavyweight?
You can't tell me
That's
that the style of Fury waiting for Usyk and us assuming that Usyk is gonna realize, fuck, Fury wants me to come to him. I gotta come to him because I'm the shorter man. That could get boring.
That's not.
But let me ask you guys: have we seen Usyk take a clean punch from a legit heavyweight? Can he take a punch? And I'm asking. This isn't like
no. The fucker ain't fought nothing. Well, he did fight AJ, but AJ couldn't hit him.
Yeah, he couldn't. That's what I'm saying.
AJ couldn't hit him. AJ couldn't hit him, man. I mean, look, bro, I never thought he was gonna be this successful at heavyweight. I swear,
you and me both.
He is doing his thing. If he gets this fucking Tyson Fury win, Usyk's shock me more than Fury.
Of course.
Like, at least Fury went to Germany and beat Vlad in his prime. Like,
I wouldn't say primed. Homeboy was 40.
Man, knock it off, bro. My man had a fucking 12-year run. The heavyweight division.
You think that was his prime?
Bro, in his prime, he was getting knocked around. He needed those years with Emmanuel Stewart.
Later, you're saying.
He needed those years with Emmanuel Stewart. He got better in the end of his career. And then people like to say, again, the same thing they say about Canelo, and we're going to throw Ward in there now, the Euro Tour. But you look at Vlad's record, and, bro, this heavyweight's right now still fighting dudes that Vlad fought. Like we still talk about Mahmoud Charr. Like, Vlad fought him years ago. David Haye years ago. Chisora years ago. Like, so many people years ago. Nah, man, Vlad was always a good heavyweight. He just, he came up in the era where he was so dominant. We didn't have anybody like that was gonna. You needed a risk taker. that was gonna try to get out inside of that jab. Like he had that Mikey Garcia style where it's 8 rounds of just jabbing the fuck out of you.
He was
and
also
from 8
dirty
to
though, Ness.
12. I mean, dirty in the sense that he's the taller man. So when you try to get on the inside,
would hold.
He's 6'5".
That's not dirty.
He's 6'5". Usually everybody was smaller than him. I mean, you got to protect yourself from a headbutt. You got to protect yourself from a headbutt. You got
pushing the head down. Pushing the head down is crafty, not dirty, because
it all depends how it looks too. I'm not just gonna make a vague statement because what we seen in the Vargas fight.
It's not a detriment to you outside of life.
No, it's illegal.
That's just more crafty.
Okay, you're right. Maybe not dirty. Cheating, kind of cheating.
Just remember, he comes from the Andre Ward shit. So what's
Oh,
dirty?
this is just boxing because
what's
Floyd
dirty to us
Mayweather
ain't dirty to him.
Floyd Mayweather literally is called neck control. Pause. He literally held Shane Mosley's shoulder and neck down in the fight to where Shane told you, like, dog, at one point I kept trying to get up and I couldn't move because my neck, and that was a trick from Muhammad Ali when he clinched. Muhammad Ali was known for clenching the neck and yanking it to make the neck tired. See, this is the thing about boxing, y'all. Y'all keep talking about dirty. This is a fight, my G. Like, all that shit y'all be talking about, but like, I'm going to hurt you. I'm not going to hit you behind the head, but if you trying to hurt me, I'm going to slow you down like Cotto did to Zab Judah to the nuts. Yes, I'm going to get a break, maybe get a point, but I'm not losing. And that's something that you do.
So that's okay?
It's a fight, bruh. If you is not ready for that do not come up in here. Miguel Cotto was known for going to the nuts to slow you down. I'm not saying doing it repeatedly, but if you use it as a tactic, like some people say Holden is cheating because Floyd will throw the right hand at Holden.
It's all the type of person you are. For me, I wouldn't feel good about hitting somebody in the nuts. I'd rather do it the right way because otherwise I wouldn't look at that as I did. It was me.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like,
that's me.
I get being prepared for all that, but like condoning it because you gotta be prepared for it ain't the same. You feel me?
It's a fight.
Yeah,
I'm not condoning anything. It's gonna happen.
For sure.
It's like taking steroids. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying, well, everybody takes steroids, so I might as well take it.
We're in a fight.
Yeah,
we're actually
in a fight, people take steroids, right? Like, what you mean?
No, I'm talking about why were the physical things that happen in the fight. I'm not moving to steroids and taking performance.
Like for me to have to break the rules to win, I wouldn't feel good about myself. So I never did that shit.
But going below the belt is not breaking the rules. It's doing it repeatedly.
What do you mean?
Listen, you can accidentally hit somebody low, but if you're doing
you gotta say that
that's
though.
breaking the rules.
Yeah, but you gotta say accidentally. You said going low.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
If it's done one time and never done again, even as a tactic,
it's about intention.
Bro, people have intentionally went Andre Ward go to your nuts.
Well, and I would never do that. I think that's wrong.
Listen, I'm gonna retract some of Andre. I didn't think Andre Ward was the dirtiest fighter, but you're not gonna do him crazy in there either. He will do something to you, even in sparring. If you getting out on him in the gym and you get out there hot, bang, slow you down, chill. You gotta chill. See, these are the things that happen in boxing. I'm telling you, blood.
Yo, shout out to AJ, bro. 2 days after his KO, back in the gym, asking his fans, what should he do? Work on cardio, mobility, or functional training?
Defense.
I mean, he put his choices, brother. He put his choices.
Hey, defense. I don't care about them, man. Nothing but defense.
He put his choices, man. He put his choices.
Defense.
He put his choices.
Most important.
He put his choices. Not your choices, his choices.
Defense.
He put his choices, Troy, not your choices.
Defense. It's not going to hurt him.
Say it right there. Cardio, mobility, or functional training?
Mobility with the defense. Learn how to move your upper body.
He didn't say defense. He didn't say defense, Troy. We got two choices. It's multiple choice question, man. Try to get the answer right.
Cardio defense.
We got Toledo Treese. Mad Bent, 100, second dose. Fury stopping Usyk inside 7. I agree with Marco. Set up with body shots. You know, going to the body gets you punched on, especially for a guy 7 feet tall.
Good
What
call,
up?
Ness.
What up? What
That's
up?
not
What
a
up?
good idea.
What up? What up?
What up, though? What up, though? What's going on, Troy, Marco? What up, though? But man,
cracking.
chilling. Hey, man, this boxing shit. Hey, man, I just want to say, I'm an MMA guy. They know it. They all know what the fuck going on. I'm a combat consultant. We watch it all. So I gotta. When I hear y'all say that this shit saved the sport of boxing, man, I gotta draw a line. I don't see how y'all be seeing that shit. I don't get why y'all say that. It saved the sport
I
of
wouldn't
boxing.
say it saved it,
It
but it made it
saved.
look much better.
I don't know
That's
who
a,
said save. You know, my boy Lowe's knows boxing said restored order. A lot of people just feel like because Fury let him get a knockdown, or not let him, excuse me, because Fury got knocked down, MMA dudes was poking their chests out. That's all
Oh
we
yeah.
saying. That's all we train
okay.
trees. All we saying is AJ, put y'all motherfuckers back in y'all place.
Sit down.
Hey man. Hey man, say man, it's all good. Y'all got that one back. It's all good, man. It's okay because I had motherfuckers telling me that this nigga Logan Paul had beat Mayweather and all this nonsense. I'm like, whoa, let's not get carried away. I get it. Y'all right. And Ngannou put up a good performance against Fury. I was wrong, by the way. I like to eat my crow. AJ knocked this shit loose. I had it backwards. I thought my man was gonna go down. And by the way, now speaking of these heavyweights, I got a question for you, man. Your man Zhang out there looked like shit, brother. I don't understand what was going on with him. I'm assuming it was a weight issue or something because his stomach looked like
I mean,
pure
weight
soft in the
issue,
middle.
weight issue,
But bro,
or just plain out stamina issue,
training,
bro.
I don't know what the fuck going on with him, but he looked like garbage out there. But what I do want to say is, with these heavyweights, man, because I'm seeing some, I'm gonna call it weight issues, stamina issues, nonsense. I don't think they training right. Speaking of, you know me, I'm an MMA guy. We fuck with that UFC. They heavyweight division, they got a weight limit of 265. You feel me? I was wondering, what do you think about implementing a weight limit for these heavyweights so we don't get motherfuckers like Jarrell Miller
Nah,
and
man.
motherfuckers like Zhang who out of shape? You see
Nah.
me?
It's called heavyweight. They
Hey man.
already did a fucking cruiserweight, and now they slid in a bridgerweight. Now you want a fucking a heavyweight and then a super heavyweight. Then we gonna get
Hey
what?
man.
Like double XL heavyweight? Like chill, bruh, chill. Like it's too many belts as it is. I get it, but like
Is some of that looking
do
out of control, bro? Because
listen, do
these motherfuckers don't gotta cut weight. That don't mean that you come in here out of fight, motherfucker. Be fight ready. Be fight shape ready. Like that don't mean that you can just come in here and look how you want to look
nah,
because you don't got a
you
weight
right.
limit.
But that's
I think that's bullshit, bro.
That's Joe Parker fault. Joe Parker, you know, you want him to get a knockout because Zhang didn't do what he needed to do and didn't look the way he needed to look. And Joe Parker telling you, bro, a win is a win is a win. You know what I'm saying?
Well, give
That's
me.
it.
And by the way, shout out to Toledo, Ohio. Shout out TBV. Give me Dubois versus Parker. I like that. But y'all be cool. Y'all know what the fuck going on.
All right, Dubois versus Parker. Yeah,
Joe
I
Parker a
like that.
hard
I
fight
like
for
that.
anybody.
But he got the rematch. You know how it go, man. We got Brandon in Cincinnati, Leonard with the 2-pounder. AJ hurt Usyk in both fights. First fight, end of 6.
I don't remember that. Did he?
I don't remember that either. But you know, you got to do film studies. Sometimes you overlook things. Brandon in Cincinnati.
Yo, Ness, how's my audio, brother?
Straight.
What's up, Troy? What's up, Marco?
What's
up, TBV community? Hey, it is what it is. Shout out to AJ, man. You had guys really thought he was gonna lose this fight, and I picked him to win in a late round stoppage. I had him rocking Ngannou to sleep, taking him to deep waters and drowning him round 8 or 9, about rounds 8 or 9. But he did exactly what a professional boxer, top 3 boxer in his division is supposed to do to an MMA fighter with one professional fight. Got him the fuck out of there and showed him his levels to this shit. But this is to all the psychology majors that got their, psychology degree from ICDC College. Motherfuckers was in class with Little Romeo and shit. Let's stop these narratives of I saw AJ at the weigh-in. I didn't like the look in his eyes. He looked terrified, bro. CDE, that's for you, my brother. You know I fuck with you, but you was one of the motherfuckers. I see you on the line. You was one of the motherfuckers using your Everest College psychology degree, saying how guys look in the weigh-in and you thought he was gonna get stopped. Had these niggas on the back call saying AJ ain't got no heart and his psyche's damaged and he ain't got no chin. This is the second opponent that Fury went life or death with that AJ treated like dog shit. When will we realize, man, maybe, just maybe, Tyson Fury's a tad bit overrated. He beat a guy that's a tad bit overrated and Wilder, and we gassed them couple of wins up, man. Like, Fury ain't who niggas think he is, bro. So the fact that Ngannou did that with Fury, AJ
So
showed y'all that don't
who
mean
is he?
shit.
Who is Fury then, in your opinion?
He's a pretty good heavyweight. He ain't elite. Like I said, this is the second opponent that he went life or death with. Alawale, then fucking Ngannou that AJ just went out there and fucking just beat the fuck out of. So yeah, I think we gas Fury up a little bit too much, in my opinion. AJ did what he was supposed to do, went out there and got that motherfucker out of there. Pack him up, get him out of boxing. The landlord is back. If Fury beats Usyk, which I thought, I think Usyk's about to beat the shit out of Fury. I really don't think that's going to be the fight you guys think it is. I think Usyk's going to masterclass Fury. I've been saying it. If Fury does beat Usyk, AJ's going to beat the shit out of Fury, bro. He's going to get destroyed. And Fury can't beat AJ, dog. I'm telling y'all that now. Fury cannot beat Anthony Joshua. But other than that, I want to give a shout out to Israel Madrimov. He looked damn good too. I kind of had jumped off that hype train in the Michael Soro fights. He had a lot of buzz that first few fights he had on Matchroom, but he's refined his skills. He ain't depending so much on the footwork anymore and the athleticism, and he, was becoming a more fundamentally sound fighter, working that jab into the chest, setting that shit up better. Still lunging with the left hook. I don't like that too much, but he looked damn good too. But yeah, shout out to the landlord, man. The landlord is back. Anthony Joshua. That's my call. Y'all take it easy.
All
But
right,
this is
champ.
definitely a big win for boxing.
Majid, what it do? Mike on Sports, $2 dope show, great panel. Salute my guy
What up, man?
Brandon. Mike, man, why you ain't
Everybody,
jumping on? What up, Majid? Apologies.
yeah. Everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Nah, man, I just wanted to give a shout out to AJ, you know what I'm saying? And, just smear it in a little bit for the MMA fans, not Mr. Toledo. He all right, you know what I'm saying? But, all those MMA motherfuckers trying to come over here, get them big ass checks, you know what I'm saying, through that boxing. That's how I want that shit to look. You know, they got that little pink hair fucking dude Sean O'Malley talking shit about Tank, Devin, and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I know they little daddy fucking Dana White gonna protect them and shit, but I would love for him to step over to this side or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and see what that shit really about. But shout out to y'all. Hey yo, Troy, man. Keep fighting your fight, man. I'm liking your little trash talk back. It should make it funny a little bit. No, shout out to you, Ness. I'm out.
Good looking.
All right, all
Hey,
right.
I just want to throw this in here real quick. Like, I know it's what some people be what's done for me lately, but in the heavyweight division, most of these guys have a style. Fury is the only person with all styles. I never thought I would see Fury on the inside with Wilder going to his whole ass body like that. I don't mean to even say it like that, but he really showed me something different with that. Like digging, he was going to his guts, bro. Like I don't even think AJ has an inclination on the difference between outside and inside boxing. And that's going to be different if Fury decides to try to put that into play. And it's very hard to fight Fury because he still has head movement. And even with the first Wilder win, remember, he was playing with Wilder. That's why he got dropped the first time. He was literally slipping and sliding and using his shoulders.
Confident.
He was got over, like, am I capping or is that
Yeah.
that's why. And I was like, you got to stop playing because you can't play with a dynamite. So, like, when I think Fury is going to take this fight, I heard you guys say that his face is looking slimmer if you were talking about Fury and neck. And that's because, to my knowledge, Ben Davis is training the person who's in the way. And some people, listen, I'm a cuss. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. As a man, you going to take that some type of way because they got a past relationship. So just be prepared to see a different Fury because I like Fury. So be prepared to see a different Fury. I'm telling you.
I agree. Fury can do almost everything, especially for how big he is, man.
Yep.
Very impressive.
That's what always impressed me about him, right? Like, I didn't think he had power till he started knocking out Wilder, and obviously, that changed.
The thing with his power is, I feel like he might not be the hardest puncher naturally, but he's so big and heavy. All he has to do is learn how to throw that leverage the right way, and he's sleeping you.
No,
And that's what Sugar Hill
he
did.
was also the first dude to make Christian Hammer retire, So he gets a lot, man. Like, he's got great footwork. And the difference between him, where I'm gonna be giving him credit for this, where I'm giving him credit, but it's not the same category as what Nick Ball did. But has Fury gotten borderline Nick Ball? I'm not gonna say that he hasn't. We all seen him do the forearm.
Steve Cunningham. Yeah.
Exactly, the forearm with Steve Cunningham. We've seen him lean on Wilder, and Maul. So it's totally different to me. What Fury did in the Wilder fights is different from what anything Nick Ball did. But again,
leaning's not illegal, right? It's not.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Only thing that Fury and Nick Ball did that are equal are the forearm. Other than that, I do bring that up to say that Fury is a fighter, though. He's not just a boxer, and he showed that in that Wilder fight. So he has so many tools, man. And the power starting to be there late. Like you said, maybe the transition with Sugar Hill, that has made him an impressive heavyweight, But Usyk is a guy that also has a lot of tools. I just have never believed in his tools. I thought he was small for a heavyweight. He wasn't ever punching as a cruiserweight, so now he's not punching as a heavyweight.
He never stops moving.
Exactly.
Usyk. He won't stop moving. Now, will that give Tyson Fury a problem?
I mean, Tyson's so big, it's easy to cut the ring off for that guy. A little feint and a step jab, and he's, the ring is small. And he's experienced.
I can tell why y'all talking. Y'all ain't never really been in there with no lefties.
I have.
And that's the problem. Like, I'm a left-hander naturally. And
you fought southpaw?
Yeah, I'm naturally left-handed.
Did you fight?
I tell people all the time, the lefty that I fought kicked my ass because that's why I say that you, as an orthodox fighter, you really lose your jab. But you got to remember, Fury's taller though. He's taller, so he might not lose his jab.
No, he can only lose it because with Usyk, if you watch Frank Martin's fight against the guy that they were saying looked like Ali, I forgot his name.
Artem.
Yeah.
No. Ali, you talking about Rivera. You talking about Rivera.
Rivera, yeah. And how Shakur Stevenson did. This is something you learn in the amateurs. And Prentice Brewer had taught me this. It's called tying up the jab hand. And Usyk not only does not stop moving with in and out bouncing, slight subtle movement, his jab hand is always out here pawing. That takes away the right-hander's jab. and it forces the right hander and you and him to
pity
argue
pat.
with
That's
this.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, like that. Doing this is something that all left-handers have to do. It's not, and it's non-negotiable in boxing.
But I'm saying, right? Isn't there a possibility that Fury being taller is jabbing down? So because you don't necessarily lose your jab as an orthodox fighter, but the output is reduced because you're forced to jockey. I'm patting your lead hand. So now my output of an actual jab has reduced from a normal fight versus an orthodox fighter. But again, if I'm taller, I'm jabbing down on that southpaw. So he still might be able to jab more
It's
than
just
we
hard to
expect.
jab any direction when they hand be up, because if he taller, I could just raise my hand in the air.
And
It keeps
again,
it from
remember that
jabbing.
Fury is a constant. He's a
No,
constant
that's what I was about to
feinter.
say. You
He's a
just
constant
said it.
feinter.
Like,
So if
he gotta
Usyk is
hook
gonna
off of
start
it.
trying to
He gonna be
find his jab, he gonna get fucked up.
No, that's what I'm saying. When you left-handed, you don't try to find it or nothing. You just keep it out there. So because the right-hander gonna be trying to hook off the jab, and Fury is a old school style fighter, so he gonna be hooking, and that's what's gonna cause
Yeah, but
it.
don't forget this. Remember, Fury has turned southpaw and fought southpaw a lot.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He could do everything. Who is dude? I don't know what people be watching, but Fear is nothing that he can't do, bro. Without Prejudice, UCC 1308. It's he can do anything. That's why I said if he was to be flicking that jab, touching Cuz's arm with the jab, really busting his arm up, like really boom, just jabbing the arm hard.
But we getting ahead of ourselves because we got what? We got about 2 months for that. You know, that's what, May 18th?
That needs to be trained.
That's like May 18th. I mean, you never know. They probably is training southpaw just to, you know, mitigate. But I feel like he's going to be switching anyway just to keep him on his toes. You know, we'll see, though. We'll see. Let me see if there's any more callers. I got Troll Beta, $50 from Sweden. He says, the old 250, fast twitchy 250 pound Fury who beat Vlad beats Usyk and AJ. This new heavier, slower 270 Crunk Fury loses to both. Interesting.
Wiling out. Wiling out.
Interesting. Wait. You think the heavier Fury loses?
No, I don't like when heavyweights.
No,
I
because
like
you
the
said
best
facts.
shape heavyweight.
You said facts, so I want to make sure you know what you're
I'm
agreeing
saying
to.
it like the whichever it was Fury ever the. How did he ever look? Did he look the best at 250, or do you think he looked the best heavier?
I mean, he's got two different.
But that's the thing, man. It don't fucking matter. He be on his toes doing everything.
Exactly.
Bro.
At whatever weight. And that's the thing. The two different versions of Fury that there are, he still beat two high-level dudes.
Yeah, it don't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, the
Fury
lean Fury beat Vlad that was older, right? Like Marco tried to say, oh, but he was 40. All right, cool. So then the heavier Fury beat Wilder. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say. Yeah,
so it's like
facts.
he's doing his thing. But we got
and I think because James Toney was going up, it didn't matter with James. So that I can't even say the weight matters when it's about skill set.
I got Borough City E. Yeah, Borough City E.
Nada.
DB, what up?
Yo.
What up?
You hear me?
Yep.
Salute TBV. What up, Troy? What up, everybody? What up, Marco?
What's good, baby?
Sup.
Much. First and foremost, I forgot which caller it was. The one who was speaking about like Joshua's performances show that Fury is like not as good or is a hype job. Look, if you remember the fight before that, the whole triangle theory thing got shattered again because Joseph Parker lost to Joe Joyce, who then lost to Zhang, and then Parker just beat Zhang. So
trying to say that, oh, all right, AJ made mincemeat out of, the work that basically made Fury go 12 rounds means that Fury, nah, like styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? We got to see what happens when them dudes is in the ring. But as far as AJ's performance, god damn, man. Look, I'm eating crow. I had Ngannou winning. He was slow, and his coaches, they didn't teach him anything about defense, and you could tell like Francis might have been a little bit too overconfident because he like when I was watching the fight, like I felt like at first he was looking alright, trying to get a couple little hooks off, looking a little slow, but it was like a feel out round. But then AJ just came and look him and Ben Davidson it's a crazy combination because like literally, at least from my perspective, like AJ is literally throwing his punches the same way he's hitting the pads, like exactly. Like it's crazy. He punched through fucking Ngannou like he was a target. Um, I mean, this whole Parker Zhang rematch thing. I mean, like, that's how I feel about it. I don't like the fact that there's a whole rematch clause, but I mean, the fight itself and the style matchup, it's a good matchup. So I'm not mad about that aspect. But Joseph Parker, he probably wasn't really in position to, get that rematch class out of the way because Zhang could have just not fought Parker and waited for this whole waited for this whole Fury Usyk situation to play out and then just got his title shot. So that's probably why the rematch clause is in there or whatever. And I think I heard on the telecast, had Zhang won, I think they were gonna do Dubois versus Zhang next. So because
Do who?
I think during the telecast of the pay per view, I think they had said that had Zhang beat Parker, they were gonna do Zhang versus Daniel Dubois next. But because because he upset the apple cart, now Dubois is basically kind of like left without an opponent. Now, as far as who he might end up fighting, I'm not sure, but just names that are free. I mean, there's Andy Ruiz. There's
Bruh,
that.
man. Come on, you really want Andy Ruiz to fight Dubois off of like a
No,
3-year layoff?
no. I'm just
I want
naming names. I'm
active
not saying.
fighters, man. Yeah, I don't
Well,
care
boy,
about names. I want active fighters.
all right,
But
what
but
about
but
what
but
about
but,
that
but
dude?
it's up you. You can recommend whoever you want.
Well, hold on. What about that dude who was on the other card in Saudi, Ajit Kabayel? I mean, he came off the win from
Yes,
Arslan.
yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, reward the people that are active and giving us, great fights. Caballero shocked us. I mean, his greatest win was fucking Derek Chisora at the time, and that shit was like 6 years ago. He blew out what was that? Oslenbeck blew his ass
Yeah,
out.
destroyed him.
Blew his
Destroyed him.
ass out. But listen, that's the bell, bro. Let me get to Burrow City E. What it do? If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. The quicker we get to 500, the quicker we open up the live chat. Burrow City E, my friend. Burrow City E.
This your chick gotta stop.
What the hell? He done fell off. We gonna wait for him to get back on. Yo,
Yo,
we hear you. We hear you.
finally, bro, nigga be fighting. Yeah, man. But and you know I got that 5 if I run over, man. Just let me know. But yeah, go ahead, give me my crow. Go ahead and give me my crow with some scrambled eggs and some grits and bacon on the side, if you don't mind. I ain't gonna lie. Now I won't say Treese went a little too far. You know, when you say a little something, these niggas tend to put a little extra on it to make themselves look a little better. Now Treese and you, my boy. But now I did say I ain't like Anthony Joshua. I didn't like his body language at the press at the weigh-in. Only because I was comparing it to the Otto Wallin win, where you could see AJ meant business from a mile away. That nigga face was balled up, He was clenching his fist. He was looking around, daring somebody to call his name out. It was an angriness about him that I took a notice to in the Wallin fight that I just didn't see in the Ngannou at the weigh-in. And I wasn't seeing he was scared. I said he looked at unsure. You could check the tape. I said he looked at unsure himself, unsure of what's in front of him. Where Ngannou was looking like he was coming to take something. That don't necessarily mean anything in a fight. But it's just an observation. And you could be wrong, you could be right. Hell, you could be right, and it still don't mean nothing fight night. You know what I mean? But as far as the fight itself, bruh, that was power boxing at its finest, bruh. That was power boxing at its finest. That was what I was talking about when I said every time Ngannou come to that fucking front door, you have a hot plate waiting on him. Because he do the same thing. He take a step in, and before he explode, if you pay attention to Ngannou, before he always explode, he always step in first, and then he explode. See, he stepped in to AJ, and AJ had something hot and ready waiting on his ass. Better than Little Caesars. I'm talking about a knuckle sandwich fresh off the goddamn grill. And I mean, bro, and when AJ fight aggressive, that boy, they problems for anybody, bro. That boy, they problems for anybody when he fight aggressive like that. You can say what you want. If that AJ had fought like just aggressive and letting that right hand go with conviction, the way if he would have fought that way when he was fighting Usyk, he'd have knocked Usyk the fuck out. He hurt him
It's kind of
twice.
hard to do that because Usyk don't stop moving though.
But listen though, even with his movement, if you go back and watch the fight, both fights, Usyk got hurt twice, and AJ didn't jump on him. He kept trying. Yeah, he hurt him to the body. He hurt him to the body, and he backed him up with a big right hand. Now I'm not saying he was.
Shot, though.
You going again, right?
I'm not. Huh?
Yeah, he said he was.
You going again, right?
Yeah. I'm going again. I
I
get that
did
first
see
bit
that
out.
body shot though, and what you was talking about in that fight. I'm gonna have to watch that again because I did see AJ had hurt him, and I was wondering why he didn't jump on him. Like
He kept trying to box him, and I'm screaming at the TV, AJ, just bully him. You come in with your shoulder, you put this nigga against the rope, and just let them shits fly, my nigga. Whether you hitting arms, hips, shoulders, my nigga, a big strong ass nigga like you, that shit hurt. That shit hurt, but it's called breaking the man down. And I wanted him to just pounce on Usyk, but he wouldn't do it. And what made me mad is he was trying to match wits with Usyk instead of saying, man, look, I'm a fucking wrecking ball. Fuck your structure. I'm coming to break this shit down. And you just come straight into him. He was hitting AJ with some nice shit, but AJ never looked like, the power was so respectable. He just had to stay off Usyk. He just looked like he was trying to time him, catch him, and box him as a verse to, man, come forward, walk this nigga down, and let some heavy shit go behind it. I'm talking about, bro, even if you got to give Usyk a two-piece combination just to get in range, do it. You see what I'm saying? The way he fought Ngannou, it was almost like he was mad. He was mad they put this nigga in the ring with him. Like he came to show a point. Like, bro, don't ever disrespect me like this a day in my life. And I'm happy for AJ. Like to see that man pick himself back up from the cobwebs he had to shake off and come back from what he came back from. But you just gotta respect AJ. Well, I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about him. You gotta respect that damn man, bro. This is a good win for him. This is a confidence booster. This is something that get him to believe in himself again. And I'm telling you, and I ain't saying like he ever quit believing in himself, but we all know sometimes you get down on yourself and your confidence wane a little bit. This right here, these last two wins, oh yeah. AJ mean business. I'm ready to see. I want him to go straight into whoever the fuck win this next fight between Usyk and Fury. I mean, you could go ahead and throw somebody in front of him if you want to. If you want him to knock out Zangat, or knock out Parker, or one of these, I wouldn't mind that in between time. But yeah, we gotta go ahead and get this shit. And I still want the nigga to beat Deontay ass. Yeah, I mean, I don't see Deontay beating him now. Not this AJ. I just don't see it. But I really want him to just go ahead, clear the division, and put your name up in them Raptors for sure, man. You know what I mean? But shout out to AJ, that was a big win. You know what I mean? Shout out to Turkey Alley Sheik, making sure we get all these big fights. And you know, man, that's my call, man. But yeah, big AJ, man, he back, and I got that 5 coming from you, Ness.
All right, champ. On that note, that is the last caller. Catch us on the next one tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tim Boski jumping in late.
Hey, listen, I might have to jump in late because I gotta go. I got a passport meeting in the morning
Yo,
at the federal building, so I'm probably jump in late. It's at 7:30 in the morning.
All right. Tim Boski.
yo, yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey, Ness, man, I got something for you, man. I got something for you. Marco, Ringwalt. You get me? I got something for you, Ness, man. This is why we love boxing, man. This is why we love it, man. This is why you love it. This is why you love it, Ness.
Well, I don't like that.
Shit! Shut up, Ness. You don't know shit about boxing.
What I tell you?
Holy shit!
What
Oh shit! Yes, AJ. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Right hand.
My voice
This is
still
what I'm
hoarse from
talking
that.
about. That's what I'm talking
My
about.
voice still hoarse from that,
This
bruh.
is what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you,
This is
I
what
was
I'm
trying
talking
to
about, man.
drive
This is
and
what I'm
sing.
talking
I
about.
couldn't. Man, that was a great knockout, bro.
This is what I'm talking about, Ness, man.
Was that like
But
right as the punch
you
landed?
you do know your boxing. You get me, Marco? You know your boxing. You know what I'm saying to you. There's a lot of guys
Cheers,
that
didn't it?
didn't look and analyze what the fuck was going on. You didn't analyze what was going on, man. AJ put on a beautiful performance and done what he was supposed to do.
Hey
Come in
man,
there and
I know
destroy
you're happy.
Ngannou. I told you he's gonna pack his. Hold on, Marco. He told him he's gonna pack his bags up and send him back to the PFL, UFC, and the Cameroon landscape of combat sports. I told you, man. Ngannou, a sturdy African beast, wildebeest, came in there and did what he could, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. You understand what I'm saying to you? Let me cover with you as well, Ness. Let me go over that Nick Bull and Ray Vargas situation. Listen, I understand I tooted my horn for Nick Bull and I'm still going to. Listen. There was mad foul play. Mad foul play. A fight is a fight. He is 5'2". There was no excuses for what he was doing. You get me? I put the wholeness more on the referee. Giovanni Poggi. Are you familiar with that name, Giovanni Poggi?
Negative.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, Giovanni Poggi, he's like he's a European ref. You understand what I'm saying? He's a Euro ref. I've only seen him once. You know of a middleweight called Ivan Suko? Ivan Suko, 168 pounder, 18 wins, 15 knockouts. Super middleweight guy. Have you heard of that guy, Ness?
Negative.
Well, he refed his fight. You get me? So you go back and watch it. He's been like that. He's been like that. These refs, like you said, the older generation guys, I think they need to now sit down and go and let the younger generation come up and start refing these fights, man. Because you made a good point when you said how are these big 6 foot, 200 plus 50-pound men, these big offensive linemen kind of men. How are you gonna get in the middle of these guys and you're on your retirement check soon? You know what I'm saying to you? It doesn't make any sense. This is why I would like to get into some refing. You know what I'm saying to you? I would like the young generation, the younger guys, to try and get into some refing because we don't really see the young generation getting into the refing. You know what I'm saying to you? So that would be interesting to see more younger guys. We don't see any young guys. You can't, Ness, you
Champ,
can't name me
that
one
is the bell.
professional ref.
Are you
I
Oh,
real
can't.
quick? Are you from London?
Yeah, he's from London.
yeah, I'm from London, man. I'm from
Well, you
South
must be
London, man.
happy, man.
Hey man, shout
Yes,
out to
yes,
Nigeria. Stand up. I'm Nigerian. Shout out to Nigeria, the Oya people, because Joshua is Nigerian. And we the giants of Africa, bro, and it's only the beginning. And in the Bible they call us the Nephilim. Yeah, we the people that came down and had the baby with the women. Yeah, that's what we did, and giants were in the earth. So shout out to Nigeria. It's a good thing to wear the green and white, bro. It's really a good thing because we've been down for so long. Just like every other country or state, people be talking about They people been down. It's good when you have a statesman come out of your state and do something good. Even though he London, he a Nigerian first. So shout out to Niger.
Borough City E.
Yeah, respect. And back to that Nick Ball fight, my nigga. That Nick Ball fight, y'all go put the. I understand y'all. I mean, y'all, you know what I mean? Like I said, y'all the super hardcore, so y'all go put it on the ref. But where I'm from, bro, oh no. Oh no. If ref don't say nothing, I don't know if y'all. It's a universal saying go around the world, and they always your mom and dad's always told you if the teachers don't stop it, if the teachers don't stop it, you got my right to beat his ass, and I'll
Yes,
come
sir.
stand up for you when I get to school. I know y'all niggas heard
Yes,
that shit
sir.
before. I
Yes,
don't
sir.
give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Bruh, Nick Ball was trying to take that man life in that ring. Man hit this man with about 3 or 4 behind the head shots, and he was aiming for it. He was aiming for it. He slung the man. He literally took his arm, grabbed him, slung him, and then met the nigga with a hook on the other side. That's crazy. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. Bruh, I'm screaming Vargas, my nigga. If the ref letting that shit slide, it's up to you to make this nigga stop. Okay, you don't know how to quit? You want to fight dirty? But here go a forearm on this uppercut, dead to the bridge of your nose. Okay, you don't know how to stop? Here go an elbow to the top of your fucking eyebrow to get you up off me when we exiting off the clinch. But at some point in time, and it make me wonder, was Vargas corner in on it? Had they been paid off? I'm talking real shit. You don't hear these niggas saying nothing like, hey, I don't give a fuck. If he keep doing that shit, then you do it back to him. You don't let that shit slide. But I don't give a fuck. You man at the end of the day. You man at the end of the day. You gonna let me walk up and come slap the shit out of you and then wait for police? Or you gonna throw hands right then and there? Come on, bro. You
Throw
got to
hands right then
stand
and
for
there,
something or
kind of look.
fall for anything. And that fucking ref, I don't give a damn Nash. You investigate, put your resources to it. You have to find out who this man is. We have to blast this man. You gotta ask Mauricio Suleiman in a personal message. Hey yo, where the fuck you find this nigga? Fuck do you find this nigga, man? He had no control at no time during the fight, nor did he look like he cared about control. I ain't know we was watching UFC or boxing. That shit was disgusting, man. That shit was disgusting, man. But I'm more mad at Vargas than I am the goddamn rep. Cause at some point in time, Vargas, bro, you a man, bro. You don't let that man just bully you around like that right there.
Hey,
You don't
hey,
let
bro.
him do no shit like that right
Before you
there.
go, blood. What's your name? What's your name, bro?
Borough City E.
Bro, CDE, bro. That was a good ass call, bro. Cause that's what I was trying to explain. That's about boxing. Like sometimes tactics in these things. This is war between you and another man. And I'm not saying be dirty, but when a man is trying to take your life, those type of things will be a detriment outside of boxing. Getting hit in the nuts, pause, and getting hit behind the head. A little elbow to the chest or
Brainstem
forearm and a
over
little,
and over.
that's excessive, and that's when it's illegal and unlawful. And that's when you gotta answer back with the shots. You gotta get that shit back. I'm sorry, you
You
got
gotta
to.
get
That's
that
just
shit
rules.
back. You gotta pay them debts in full. I don't give a damn how that shit go.
Ball
You
City,
gotta
talk your
pay.
shit.
You gotta pay them debts back in full, my nigga. You sit right there. I'm sitting right here watching this man pull him down to hit him in the back of the head. The ref standing 2 feet away and not calling it, bruh. The way I would have started elbowing or on breaks, the way them uppercuts would have had a whole forearm shiver coming through the goddamn door. I'm talking about, bruh. Every clinch was gonna be met with an elbow to the eyebrow. Every clinch. And make them boys see that the ref is dirty. Because if he start calling it on you, everybody in the stand see it's a one-sided
Facts.
fight. Everybody. You gotta force that shit, man. But what you don't do is be sitting right there complaining like a little bitch, like God ain't gave you 2 hands and feet. Man, you better use the motherfuckers. I don't give a damn. They locked you in, they put you in that ring together to fight. Not just for him to
Bro,
fight.
that's the bell. I mean, I hear all
Go
that,
ahead.
but again, we got to remember what happened to Pritchard. You know, in the moment as boxing fans, we want to say, you know, don't act like a bitch, this, that, and the third. But we don't know how effective those
Yeah, there's a
shots behind
balance
the
between the
heads
two.
are. Again, you know, I had the unfortunate situation of calling the Pritchard fight live and thinking he was acting like a bitch. And then the
Hey, I
next
said the
day,
same thing,
his life
Well,
is fucking
behind
forever
the head
done.
though is the only thing that could actually cause irreversible damage. Throwing someone on the floor won't do that. You know, behind the head's
Yeah,
the worst one.
but Nick Ball landed hella behind the head shots.
Well,
Hella
he was
behind
more
the head
throwing him
shots.
down. I remember.
this is what Boxing Cubs was saying. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. He's saying he's not saying to do it back next to where they get hurt, but to see if the ref is just a bad ref. If they're both doing it and the ref doesn't warn somebody, because it's kind of
I
like
get that.
Okay,
you're
I
not
get.
gonna warn him for
Listen,
hitting.
was
I'm
Mike
hitting him
Tyson
behind the
listen.
head.
I get what
Was
y'all
Tyson
saying.
right for biting an ear?
Listen, I
Because he
get.
said he was getting headbutted.
No, he wasn't right, and I get what Troy is saying. But Troy, I know you train fighters, okay? So it's cool to have your fighter learn that, hey, if the ref ain't doing it, take it into your own hands. But you, as a former fighter, now a trainer, should be saying, in my opinion is only my opinion, I would be saying, listen, you relay that to me, I'm going to get in the ring and make sure the ref knows that those headbutts
I
need
was
to be
about to
addressed, knows that
I
those
was I
elbows
didn't get
need
to
to be
say that.
addressed.
Second, you
Your
address the
trainer,
ref.
your
Yep.
trainer
I
is
know what
part
you're
of your
saying.
team for a reason. If I'm out there watching you fight, seeing this motherfucker get hit, you shouldn't even have to say nothing because I'm gonna be yelling. The same way I'm yelling watching on TV, imagine if I was a fucking trainer. I would be
That's what
in.
Cuz
I would
said
be
though.
all in the
Cuz
fucking
said that
yeah,
the trainers got, and that's what I'm saying.
But I'm
Like,
saying you shouldn't be saying,
no,
"Oh,
I'm
take
not
it into
saying
your
I.
own hands." Get your team to be a good team. You paying that motherfucking trainer 10%. You watching me get hit behind the head. You watching all the illegal shit happen. Every time the round is over, it's 3 trainers, bruh.
But what
One
happens
could give
when the
Listen,
water.
Ness,
referee
I ain't
One
even
could
counts?
get
give
to
water.
say, like, I
One could
know
give.
what you're saying,
One
bro.
could
And
give
that's the
water.
cut man's
One could
job to
do
work
in
the
swell,
ref.
and the other motherfucker could be like,
You
"Listen,
be
ref,
working on,
get a
no, that's
handle.
what you're supposed to
Get a
do for
handle
real.
of this
What
fight,
happens when you tell the ref and the ref still does nothing?
bro."
That's what I'm saying, Marco. You
You
have to,
keep
that's
doing it.
all
You
I'm
keep doing
saying.
it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. You don't. I don't
Marco,
think.
at
I
the
don't think
end of
the
the day, the
instructions
fight,
should
you
be
can't,
to
at the
tell
end of
your
the day,
fighter to
bro.
get dirty. I don't
No,
think
at
that's
the
the
end of
proper
the day, I'm not
instruction.
telling my fighter to get dirty. I'm telling my fighter to protect himself by any means necessary. Because
Come on, man.
when the
Let's not argue
referee call you,
semantics, man.
when the referee call you to the ring before y'all fight, he said, "I need you and your chief second." That's the head trainer. That means you are the actual boss.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tell you, bro, listen, it's actually the cut man's job. That's why when Floyd was Garcia in the corner, he was always on the ref. It's the cut man's job to get on the ref if he not working the cut and making sure the fighter is rejuvenated. I know what I'm talking about. And if you got a third man, it's their job to get on the ref. But while the fight is actually playing in the 3-minute construct, you have to tell the fighter, hey, listen, if the ref not doing nothing, bro, you gotta do something.
Yeah, but the punishment has to fit the crime. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Tyson biting an ear off. He should have
That's what I'm
headbutted
saying.
him
I
back.
said, bro, do what he doing to you.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Again, yeah, and all I'm doing is disagreeing with that.
That's the difference, and that's when I have to say,
I will say one thing. I will say one thing. Growing up in the gyms, that's kind of what you were taught. Do back to what's being done to you.
Fine.
That's just kind of what you're taught.
It's fine that that's what I was taught, but it's also common sense that you are now also breaking the rules. You are now also adding to the problem.
Yes, but you can't
Hey, bro.
You
What y'all
can't
realize
sugarcoat
it's a
it. You can't
fight,
sugarcoat
bro.
it. You can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, but the
You know what I'm
problem
saying?
is this,
And
Ness.
guess
The
what?
problem
And
is
guess
this.
what else
If
happens,
you're
Marco?
getting-
What happens when you do what's being done to you, but then they take the point from you?
That's well.
Then we
that's
can
up.
contest it with the commission on video. That's why it's a commission and you're laughing.
The
But
problem
when
the problem is
everybody
this.
thought that Pacquiao beat Jeff Horn, the commission reviewed it. Because people don't realize, man, you have to take those procedures and appeal these things.
Well, here's the
In
problem,
law,
though.
And what happens when the
Here's
appeal
the problem.
doesn't lead to amount to nothing, like it has in
They,
so
they
many
never
times?
amount to nothing. But here's the
So
problem. When
many
you're in the
times
ring,
fights don't get even they
but
don't
you're
get
still bringing
overturned.
enough attention. The appeal is a notice to bring attention to the bullshit.
Again, so many fights don't get overturned. So then what happens?
almost none of them get overturned.
Not about that. It's still about bringing attention
He can't
to
even
what's
name
done.
a fight that got overturned.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Maybe
When
to
you're
a
in there
no
and somebody's elbowing
contest.
you're taking that damage. It's making you less. It's draining your battery. You know what I'm saying? So you can't not do it back because now the person has an advantage.
That's literally what the job
both
is,
of you,
to
both
break
of you,
a man
both
down.
of you are
Marco.
fighters.
And what you're saying is absolutely correct. Ness, Ness, hold on real quick, bro. That the job is to break a man down at the end of the day. If you keep complaining to a ref instead of getting your get back, you're gonna get broke down and stopped. There's no appealing that.
But that's not true. That's not true.
No, that is true, nigga. They elbow. That's
Brother,
breaking.
I sat here and didn't interrupt you. I
lower.
let you talk. Let it be a conversation. It's not true. I'm gonna point to facts. Maybe you can counter that by pointing to another fact. Because what happened in the instance that you brought up, Marcos? Because I didn't see Evander Holyfield do anything of what was being done to him, and he's been in a better world-class.
What do you mean? He started with the headbutts.
Who?
Yes, he was leading with his head. Holyfield. They did it.
Bro, he
did
was
it in last
notorious. He was notorious for that. That's like Tim Bradley. That's
not
just
part of the
his
game. The
fucking
head
fight.
is the hardest part of your body. It can break your nose and hurt
That's
you.
true.
Like, Ness, this is what I be saying. Now, I don't want to hear shit about me boxing. Because these things you gotta know, bro. The crown chakra is the hardest part of your head, along with your elbow and your knee.
Okay, so, but there's fighters in this era that have just been known for that. It's not that they illegal, like intentionally using it.
And when they're
I never thought Bradley intentionally used his head. Just like I never thought.
Bro. He did.
Hell no, man. Hell no. And just like I never thought Evander intentionally used his head.
John Porter intentionally used his head. Bradley intentionally used his head.
It's your style. It's your style. Sean, look at how low Sean stays.
Hey, bro, no, I've been in there with Sean.
And I've watched Sean all my life, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get headbutted. Like, it's all about the attention of the fighter.
Yeah, it's all about his style. It's his style.
He's
the
using
style.
it. It's not a style.
It's the style.
That's not a style, Ness.
It's the style. For me, it's the style. For me, it's his style of fighting. The way that he stays low, the way that he's that low.
Jersey accent don't make it right, bro. Using your head is
and just because you say it don't make it right. Again,
listen,
your opinion is your opinion. That's fine. That's fine. That's your fine.
This is where you fuck up at. Using your head is not a style in boxing, y'all. I'm sorry.
I never fucking said that. I said his style. No, I didn't.
No, it's not a style.
You're interpreting what I'm saying incorrectly.
You're never using your head on a mitt.
You're interpreting what I'm saying incorrectly. I am saying Sean Porter's style makes a person susceptible to being hit with his head because he stays low and compact. Stop misinterpreting me. Stop misinterpreting me. Maybe if you stop cutting me off, you could fucking hear. But that is the last caller. And I think that is the last super chat.
Yeah, and I'm on your ass still.
You're not.
It doesn't, Ness. I'm sorry, bro.
You're not. I'm not. But
like
you
literally are known for it.
You can make your final thoughts so we could be out.
When it becomes a repeated thing, then it's not like a thing, bro. You're intentionally doing it.
Nah, man, I don't think so.
Evander
I don't think
Holyfield
those two.
literally used to be leading
It's
with
just
his
my
head because he
opinion.
tried. Look, I can't.
It's just
Damn,
my
he
opinion.
did it
All
again.
you doing is going in
James.
circles. You going in circles.
No,
You have an
I agree.
opinion.
Some
I have
people-
one. I don't agree. So
This
you
is not an
going in
opinion when I
circle.
would actually did this shit.
I
That's
would've-
what me and
Here
you
you go.
keep
Here you
fucking
go.
up at.
I actually
when
did this
when I
shit,
did
man.
something, I don't come with opinions,
All
my
right,
nigga.
that's GTO. Instagram and Twitter, Marco. Where
Stop
can they
on your
find
ass, nigga.
you? You ain't on nobody. We just,
Yeah,
you know,
ain't no,
me and the
nigga. Ain't no
community ain't
opinions
got
with me
time to
from
hear
boxing, bro.
anything you
Yeah,
got to say
professionals
when
don't
you
have
start
opinions.
talking about I've been here.
Marco,
Man,
was
knock
you
it
a
the fuck
professional?
off, man. Knock
Yeah,
it the
what you
fuck
say
off.
is not opinionated.
Get the fuck out
It
of
comes
here.
from experience.
What?
Off rip.
Man,
Fuck is you talking? That's like saying
Marco,
Floyd
where
got
can
an
they
opinion.
find you, Marco?
When
I
he
got to get this
breaking down
lunatic off
boxing,
the
man.
show,
Get the
man.
fuck
Where
out
can
of
they find you?
Mar-
Help me, man. We got to get this guy over here, man. The quicker you say where they can find you, the quicker we get this motherfucker over here. He a lunatic today.
He's gone.
Oh, look. That's another KO.
Marco, you KO'd him?
Can't take the heat.
Marco Boxing, Marco 3_ boxing here on YouTube.
Dude got an inferior
Instagram.
complex. That's what it is. Like, every time you in a debate, I'm the professional. I got in the ring. I'm the one did this. Bro, that doesn't make your opinion fact, bro. Like, that shit is super weird.
The only thing that mattered was he was telling you that Sean Porter didn't headbutt him. But then you're coming back saying, yeah, but I've watched Sean Porter fight, and so you both have points.
Listen, styles make fights. Sean Porter didn't headbutt every person that he fought.
No, and Sean Porter, like, you had a point, because Sean Porter was more of a come forward from low, and it would be more accidental. But Holyfield was a dude who, from everybody I talked to, he knew what he was doing. He would lead with his head on purpose.
Man, get out of here, bro.
That's what people told me.
Yo, hey, Lowe's Knows Boxing, I know you watching. He always answers things on the replay in the DMs. Please, send us the number of fights that Holyfield was deducted a point for a headbutt.
No, he never. See, so this is what Hassim told me, right? Hassim Rahman. He said Holyfield was a master at it. This is just what he's telling me. I'm not saying I agree. He said Holyfield would lead with his head and then immediately throw a combination, and it would throw off the ref.
You know what Hassim told me?
What did he tell you?
Which one, junior or senior?
Oh, senior, man.
Okay, you know what Hassim Senior told me?
He's the only one who fought Holyfield.
You know what Hassim Senior told me? That he was great at chess right before I kicked his ass. So I don't give a fuck what someone says just because they fucking say it.
You play chess?
I'm the only dude in boxing that kicks everyone's ass in
you
boxing.
can't mess with me. You can't mess with me.
I mean, all you got to do is tell me your score. If you got a score, that's the only thing you can't lie about. See, I wish boxing was like that. Then it wouldn't be subjective.
We should play.
No, tell the people what's your score.
Score? What the hell are you talking about?
Look at him, fake chess. This guy. What are you gonna tell us now? You play on a rolled up mat in New York City, drinking coffee with the old dudes in the park?
I used to.
You used to. Get yourself on chess.com and challenge the king, man.
Oh, that on chess.com. My score is 700-800, something like that.
You better stop lying. You're trying to catfish right now.
No. You think was that good? That's what it is.
Listen to me.
You think I'm playing? I'll show you right now.
If that's really your score, you're Ngannou.
What do you mean I'm Ngannou? What's that mean? After Ngannou just got knocked out, I feel like you're insulting me now.
I'm just telling you there's 7 different levels and you're not on one.
Oh, so you're saying that's not good, 700?
Only if we're talking God.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, isn't God's number 7 or something biblical? I don't know. Maybe over the heads. But hey, 7 ain't good. Not if you're trying to challenge the king.
700, 800. That's not good?
Still not good. Still not good. But send me a game. Go ahead. Look for me. NESGTO. It's the only guy. The only guy there. Looking like a fucking king, knocking shit off the noggin.
NESG.
Please don't send me a fucking invite to play for a 10-day game either. You know, I play on the clock.
I do.
I play on the clock.
That's what I do.
30 minutes? Yeah. 30 minutes?
Yeah, that's what.
Yo, put the game on speed and I'll chew their ass up.
No homo.
No speed. I don't do speed. No homo, but yeah. Fucking, I
NES
play on
what?
the clock, man. NESGTO.
GTO. Not coming up.
Yo, you
Oh,
know
there
what's
you go.
funny?
Boom.
You
I
know what's
just
funny?
added you.
Out of all the years I've been saying this, there's only 2 dudes. I think Mitty 3. I gotta keep Mitty in there, right? Mitty, you beat me. I think Mitty beat me.
Look, I'm trying to add you, but it's saying something went wrong. It's not letting me do it.
Let me see. Well, I mean, you could just keep trying, bro. I'm there. I'm there every day. Like literally, literally when you send me the friend request, you'll see how many games I got. I've
Yeah, I don't.
played.
Oh yeah, so you're 1273. Okay, yeah, so you're way higher than me. That's okay though.
That's a bad week. Okay, just know.
That's okay.
Just
You play a
know.
lot, huh?
I play every single day.
All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I like it. If you are better than me, good. Then I can learn and get better.
I
But we'll
mean,
find
the
out.
numbers don't lie, bro. Like if that's your numbers, you just read my numbers. I'm double.
That's
your...
a good point. That's a good point.
But
I
listen,
have a
but the good thing about chess is if I make them, it's about mistakes. It's really about mistakes, which is why people always associate life and boxing. Everything can be associated to chess because it's about one mistake, but it don't mean that it's over either. Like when I beat Bud Crawford, I made a mistake the minute I played him. And
he could play chess. He's good.
no, he's fucking good.
Mm.
He's really good. But I made a mistake the minute I played him, and I wanted to quit. I'm like, man, fuck, it's over. The mistake was so big, I wanted to quit because you're supposed to. Like when you on that level, you knock your king over, bro. Like when the fight is done, but. Danny was like, no, don't quit. I was driving too. That was the thing. I'm driving while playing Bud live because you could play live. Not those fucking 30-minute games. We talking about 5 minutes right there. Bang.
Oh, nah, yeah, I don't do that. I need a little.
So I didn't quit and I ended up beating them. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice.
even though someone is better than you, you can beat them if they make a mistake. But if a motherfucker's on his game and he's double your score, he should not be losing to you.
That's illegal driving.
Yeah, well, Hassim might not be a good chess player, but he definitely fought Holyfield.
Yeah, I mean, he also got knocked out.
He did, and he also knocked people out.
Probably not.
But he also got... Nah, I'm joking. Shout out to Hassan Rock, man. Yo, I'm out. NestGTO, Instagram and Twitter. We out.
Peace.